But
Big butt.
That's full. That full.
Don't talk about Strahd like that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Love seeing Mr.
So-
Bean's cock out.
Diving
He shaved
right
for it, too.
in. Last we left off, the party had made their way to a Vistani camp near to the town of Valaki, found a mysterious group of dusk elves, very similar to Elite and the drow background that she has, but slightly lighter skin, slightly more, if that can be possible, hated by the world.
What can you
Haters.
say?
Essentially brought to Barovia
More
as slaves
misunderstood.
for
Elite
Strahd
will
and the
dabble
people
in the
around him.
haters.
A battle with the Vistani ensued.
I'm not even gonna try.
Most of them, at least the ones in the camp, were slain. Luvash, their leader, was questioned. His brother Arabelle apparently able to escape before the party eventually left, taking a caravan, taking some forces in tow, bringing the leader of the Dusk Elves, Casimir, back to Valaki with them. The wagon was then going to be painted, redone, made it so that it had nothing to tie it to the Vistani.
Looks like
And
a Guy
then,
Fieri shirt.
with the 1 day of downtime, the group decided beach day.
Beach day.
Yeah.
And 2 of them almost died. So a very interesting, rather unexpected fight with several Marrow that were living in the depths of the lake, Lake Zarovich. Les barely managing to make his way back up to the surface, alerting
so
the rest of the
heroic,
party.
so dashing.
But in tow, managing to save the daughter of Luvash, who was drowning in a burlap sack, having been thrown overboard
Really negging
from a
this guy.
fisherman's boat, who no one was able to question. Elite killing him before any questions or anything could be asked of him.
Oops.
Didn't need it.
Crits don't lie.
Didn't need it. That
We
was
found
it.
out a little info.
Do we
From
From
Arabelle.
Arabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How much do we want to know from this guy?
I think
Okay.
we're fine.
I got
but
ways to.
eventually the doctor, Leaf sending a message to the leader of the Vistani, summoning Luvash to the lake, whereupon you would be giving Arabelle back to him. And that is where we last left off. So, having a fair bit of downtime during the day, having scoured the bottom of the lake, Les, you would have the ability to go ahead and make 1 more investigation check if you'd like.
Yes.
You would have enough time to allow the silt to settle again. And you've got your new water-based glacial.
Oh god, don't fail me, please! I want the thing!
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah.
19.
What's your? Do you have a?
It's so large, does it matter?
Right.
That's
22.
Hecko.
With the final pass,
finally.
DC was 22.
Yes!
With the
Yes,
final pass, finding your
But the
way.
DC was what?
22.
See, it does matter.
It does matter.
I
Not always, but
You
it does.
friggin' ding dong.
With the final pass going over, waiting for Luvash with your anger and your resentment of these now dead Marrow that were kind of floating in and amongst the weeds, being very cautious at the same time, making sure that you don't accidentally get seen or some more of them pop out of nowhere while you're still badly injured.
Wait,
You
yeah.
managed to do 1 more scan over the ground, and you notice that there is something that was underneath an overturned rock that you hadn't seen before, a lot of silt that appeared to have uncovered something. And you find a very worn, definitely damaged of some kind, but set of gauntlets. They have...
That's my excited growl.
Pulling them out from
underwater.
underneath, it is a pair of gauntlets, finger holes for each one. On the backs of the gauntlets, you see that there seems to be a lion's head roaring with a full mane, and then a shield in behind the lion's head as well. So, very interesting set of gauntlets. Not entirely sure what they do, but they are rather worn, very dirty. Would definitely need to be cleaned up and kind of restored a little before being able to be used, but you do have those. So you can go ahead and mark down a set of unknown gauntlets.
Just throw them away now.
Unknown.
They've got these 5 inlays for gems. You don't really know what those are.
Looks a little crumpled on one
Upon
side.
closer look, the lion head is Teddy from Mr. Bean. Not letting it go. Funny bit.
So, with that, is there anything anybody would like to do in preparation for Luvash coming to pick up Arabelle?
Rod, how long do we have?
Until he shows up?
Yeah.
Given how long it took you to get back from the Vistani camp and how long it took you to get here, About 2 hours.
Okay. Can I take an hour for a short rest so I can get my spells back?
You certainly can. Okay. So, hour for a short rest. If anybody would like to do that, you can go ahead and heal up. You can use your hit dice to restore any health that you are missing.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, I might do that.
If I'm.
Only Jesse can restore, or only the
Spells.
doctor can restore spells for a short
Correct.
rest, right?
That is a warlock feature.
Yeah.
I'm just doing
Less
cute beach
restores
stuff.
his maneuvers on a short rest. But
Well, I'll just prowl around looking for stuff.
alright.
I'm in the lake and they're all on the shore.
Yeah, so they're all on the shore, resting up, recuperating a little bit. You're kind of milling around underneath the lake, and then eventually taking a bit of time, just bobbing on the surface, allowing yourself to heal a little.
Okay.
Nothing overly strenuous.
Can I make a perception check just for any cravens in
Any
the
ravens?
Ravens, yeah. Any ravens in
Any
here?
cravens.
Ravens, yeah.
Cravens?
I was like,
Craven
crows
ravens.
shit, no
You
ravens.
see one. His name is Wes.
Oh my god.
I get you.
Looking around, go and make a perception check for me.
Also, I just rolled my hit die and got all of my HP back. If that is a number, which it isn't, I'm just gonna feel super fresh.
So,
Super?
perception
20.
check. 20. Looking around, there don't appear to be any ravens running around.
But I'm just chilling on the beach, doing beach stuff.
Can I blast out of the lake
Oh boy.
onto the shore?
Oh.
Scream at the party. I found cat gloves! Can you tell me what these are?
If you're taking a short rest, I can...
Okay, maybe.
I'm just yelling at him as he's sleeping.
No, I'm just like hanging out on the beach and like
Yeah, he's,
maybe
like, reading
smash
a little bit.
watermelon.
Oh, okay. So
I'm doing fun cat tricks with Arabelle and pulling Rick out, but he's a bunny.
That's pretty cool.
It's like 10 minutes later, he'll be a rat.
Actually, and then when you're coming to leave, can I be chilling, talking to Leaf?
Yeah.
So, can I be
It's
like,
up to you.
Leaf, since the whole Irina thing, I think I'm getting interested in people.
Really? Do you want to talk about that right now? Is it because we're in beach wear right now? Because that's canon. We're all in cute beach clothing.
You
Yeah,
are.
Yep.
yeah. I'm like, those like 1920s things where it's like a full-on like little suit, like where it's like, that's what I'm
Beach
wearing.
bloomers.
Yeah, I'm wearing my beach bloomers, my onesie with extra legs and striped.
Nice.
So
I've only ever been to nude beaches, but it's impressive that everyone here has clothing for this. Sorry, what were you saying, Hope?
This leaf is just walking around with a sock.
with a leaf.
there's a snail trail behind him and no one knows why.
Yeah! Because of Leaf's
I
massive
don't get it.
hog.
I don't
That's
understand.
so gross.
Leaf's canonical
This is
giant
snake.
dog.
Yeah, no, they're talking about real.
Real trail.
Yeah, they're talking about.
Sorry.
Treasure trail.
Sorry, Hope. We're really turning this small thing into a large bit. What's going on?
That's what
I just wanted it to be a small bit
Yeah,
for us to
sorry.
then refer to later
Okay,
as
sorry.
Les interrupts us talking.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh,
Oi! I found some cat gloves!
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Do you know what they do? I've never seen anything like this before.
Can I take a...
Did you put them on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they fit on your hands fairly nicely.
They're still
A little
messy, though.
loose,
Yeah.
but they would go with the armor quite well.
Can I say, like, up top and, like, high five?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Sploosh.
They're pretty cool.
do you have any spells or anything that could maybe help me seek out what these mean or anything? I don't know if they're magical in property. They could just be cool.
Can I...
Blocky.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Identify, but can I make an Arcana check to see if to
But just make
determine?
an Arcana check for me. Doctor will let you do one as well.
Oh! You know everything about these gloves.
I rolled a 20.
What? You both
both
did roll a
unnatural.
20?
You rolled a natural 20.
I unnatural.
Oh, unnatural.
We both got 20, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both of you simultaneously looking at this, you're kind of just looking over, almost over each other's shoulder, really. You both notice that there are a series of magical runes around the inside edge of the gauntlet. Kind of trying to get the basis on what these are. It appears to be some kind of transmutation magic. so changing of some kind, but you're not entirely sure what they would do. You would really need to get them identified to know for sure.
Maybe, wait, they've got a lion thing on them?
They've got a lion on the back.
Maybe they turn you into a lion, that'd be pretty cool.
Should probably clean them off though. They look pretty gross.
I mean, I guess so. They're kind of grimy. You think I could change into a lion or something?
You could try. Maybe if you roared really loudly. Maybe if you did a fun little
Concentrate
dance.
really hard.
Can
Just take one off.
What? What? Where'd they go?
One is gone.
I've got like a hanky out and I spit and start like polishing them.
Okay. So it takes a good part of the time, but you're on a short rest. You've got an hour or so to get that down, and eventually you get one back to a fairly gleaming thing. There are definitely some rust stains on it a little bit. Those would take a little bit more than just some puffing from a handkerchief, but definitely in better nick than they were before.
Cool.
No, thank you. Light and dark.
Maybe try shouting like a lion now. And maybe prowl around like a kitty. Maybe that'll do it.
There's not a lot of lions in the ocean. I don't think I've
Sea
ever met.
lion.
Yeah, just act like a sea lion, maybe.
Les, I need you to make it now.
The power compels you.
That's
Have I
that weird
successfully
fantasy.
entertained Arabelle with this?
You have successfully changed into a sea lion.
You have successfully made the fishman yell in a very funny way that Arabelle is kind of like giggling to herself.
Fantastic.
I'll get used
Yes.
to this.
So, for the sake of brevity, over the next 2 hours or so, you all rest, you recover. Anyone who was missing hit points, you of course can recover any of those. Eventually, breaking through the tree line, Leaf, you notice first, and Leaf, you as well, that there are a few ravens that seem to be coming towards you from near Vistani, maybe a little bit. From near the from Valaki, a little bit further west from that.
No, wait.
Following along the trail. As you notice them about 10-15 minutes later or so, you notice Luvash with an escort in tow, 6-7 other people from the Vistani
That's
camp,
fine.
following as the ravens kind of perch atop some of the trees nearby.
I will stand with Arabelle and just motion them over.
She just kind of, Daddy! And starts to run away.
Might be your fault.
You know,
but it's
He
not.
just takes a knee. And
That's
puts his
okay.
arms
I'm
up
okay
for
with
her.
this.
And
Do
she
we all
just runs
notice it,
over.
or is it just him noticing?
Oh no, you two notice the ravens. 15 minutes later, everybody notices them break the
Okay,
tree line.
so we're all there.
Yeah, you're all there, you're all standing. And Arabelle runs over, and her dad gets down on one knee and just embraces her and picks her up and kind of puts her on the side of his shoulder and just kind of stares back in. I have to admit, this is not how I figured this would go.
Us neither. You want to know what happened?
Honestly, I don't give a shit.
Might be of interest to you. Your little girl was kidnapped by someone from the village.
What?
Ask her.
She kind of turns to her dad and just is nuzzling into him because she's been gone for a couple of days by this point. But you can see her crying a little and just begins nodding into his shoulder and just, it's okay, baby.
He was trying to drown her like an unwanted kitten. We found her in the lake. Saved her.
Now, we thought you had some deals in place with the guy that runs the place here to look after you guys.
I don't know what to say.
Just seems to me that if this dude said that he could look after you, well, he's not doing a good job. He couldn't stop the town drunk from kidnapping your girl.
There's a difference between looking after my people and looking after someone who gets lost in the woods.
Yeah, but that's your daughter, man. You yourself said.
People of Valaki are something that he has no sway over. The wolves that didn't eat her, everything else that didn't come after her. That's what our deal covers.
But it doesn't cover other people.
People have free will, for now.
Well, we've held up our side, returned your girl. Just to give it some thought, as you yourself said, people still have free will for now. We're looking to get some stuff done around here. And if your people, perhaps, are interested in helping us here or there, we wouldn't say no.
He takes Arabelle off of his shoulder at this point and kind of sets her down on the ground. You can see that there's a woman that comes running over as well and kind of crouches down and picks her up. And you can tell that Arabelle doesn't really see her as a mother figure, but is definitely, female within the Vistani. It's kind of something close.
Yeah.
And Luvash ends up coming over to you by himself. I can't publicly do anything, but I appreciate what you've done. He kind of reaches into his pocket and produces a very small stone. Let's just say that I can't help you, but I can make it so that my people don't hinder you. Agreed?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And he hands over the stone to you.
I'll take it.
Consider yourself lucky for that one. And he takes a minute or so to explain the properties of it. So the stone is referred to as a luck stone. In your cases, essentially, if you're not good at something, it makes you a little better. A little slow, makes you a little quicker. It's a good one to have. It's kept me alive. If you do what I think you're going to do, this might help.
We appreciate it.
Be well.
Before he leaves, I want to sort of walk over to him and try to gesture that I'm going to give him something, like an item. It's the brooch from her hair that was in the ocean that I kept, and give it to him, and I just say to him personally, I always keep my promises.
Thank you.
And walk back.
He turns around and heads back towards his people and kind of.
Luvash, one more thing. Do you know where Van Richten's tower is?
I've never heard of that name before. The only tower that I know of is on Lake Baratok. Some crazy, I don't know, spellcaster guy used to live there. Hasn't been abandoned for a long time. We don't go around there anymore.
Does that tower have a name? Or is it unnamed?
It's unnamed. It's just his. No one goes within 500 feet of that thing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Be well, all of you.
May I borrow your pencil?
If we, I hope when we meet again, it is on good terms.
In all honesty, I hope we don't meet again.
Makes two of us.
Turns around, gestures to the rest of the Vistani, and they all vanish into the forest.
Cool.
And you notice as well that the ravens begin to follow them. Very high overhead, out of sight, but they seem to be trailing slightly behind the group. So, the item that you receive is that there.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, the rest of the day is yours. You've got about 3-4 hours by this point until the sun begins to set. So you have a little bit of time more at the lake, or if there's anything you'd like to do inside Valaki, of course you're welcome to do that
Yeah,
as
I'd
well.
like to head back to Valaki.
Back to
Yeah, so before we go, just is there the guy who we killed? Did he leave anything on the shore, or can I track where he kind of was coming from?
You're able to see that there is a long, heavy imprint of where the boat was that he dragged out. On the shore, you only see one set of footprints. You don't see any belongings really being dragged behind. You see that there is one hole that a fishing pole would have fit into, but that would have been about the only thing.
Okay. Was he coming from Valaki?
It's tough to tell. Most likely, kind of looking around the lake, you don't really see any footprints leading off into the forest. Everything about him looked like a regular citizen of Valaki at the distance you saw. Alrighty.
I'm good to head back.
Yeah.
I got
We'll
shit
go back
to
to town
start.
before it's too dark.
Yeah.
As we're walking, I'm just constantly hitting the gloves in different patterns and variations, trying to turn them on.
I'm gonna turn to Hope and say, I think he's trying to figure out like a secret handshake or something with himself. I don't really know what he's doing.
It's not as cool as ours.
Oh.
Don't worry.
And then we do the cool handshake that we had planned.
It's very cool.
Let's just start doing like Naruto hand symbols.
Les is going to be the new Hokage.
He phases out of Barovia.
I'm just like, I'm on Cinnamon, keeping a distance away from Les whilst he's doing these.
How many days has it been since our trial again?
Since your trial?
Yeah.
It's been...
It hasn't been long.
3 days.
Yeah, I think this is the third...
Okay, cool.
This is the third day.
Cool.
Alrighty, so making your way back into the village. Nothing really of any interest happening on the way back. You know the way to and from the lake fairly easily by this point. So eventually getting back inside the village, in through the northern gate, guards knowing who you are, no issues at all letting you inside. The chains are unlocked, gates are opened, relocked up behind you, and you again make your way further down towards the blue water.
Real quick, I want to stop one of the guards and just say, hey, any weird shipments come in today? Any big boxes, maybe?
Shipments?
Yeah.
Not this side, at least.
Okay, keep an eye. Keep an eye, because I heard that vampires can get in here.
Will do, sir.
Thank you. Ask Isaac if you have questions.
Alright.
I didn't identify the guard. It was Isaac.
Fuck!
So, begin making your way further down, I assume, back towards the water end to go see Casimir.
Yeah.
Alrighty, awesome.
And if there's anybody else in the inn, I would like to speak to them as well.
He's starting shit.
So by this
Hey,
time,
it's
the
John.
amount of time it would take you to get out from the lake back further into town. Sun is still a couple hours away. You've got most of the rest of the evening to do anything you'd like. If you want to stop off at the stockyard, pick up any supplies for the trip, anything like that, you would have the ability to do so.
I actually want to get more arrows.
Or arrows?
Mm-hmm.
So arrows, I believe, are...
You can go to get your
one
things
silver piece
identified.
per.
Oh yeah, let's go to Carl.
Coral. Yes. That's the only thing I like from that
for
show anymore.
arrows,
Is that me?
I used to really like it.
Me too.
I like
The first few seasons were so good.
honestly, I just the Frank
20
Darabont
arrows is
season.
1 gold piece.
Yeah, the Frank Darabont
Cool.
season's dope.
I'm gonna buy 40 just so that I have.
So 2 gold pieces.
Okay, so are you going off by yourself, or is anyone else going to Arisex?
Anyone want to come with me to the
Which
stockyard?
gate
Oh.
are we coming in?
You're coming in through the north gate.
If we're in the Arisex stockyard, can I dip off to see how our wagon's coming along?
Sure, if you want to go with Elite to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll go to
come
Carl.
with.
Yeah.
To,
Go to
to
Carl.
be honest,
To see the daddy wagon.
yeah, I want to see the daddy
So
wagon.
you 3 going to the wagon.
Love it and stuff.
You 3 going to Carl?
No, I'm going to
That
the.
hasn't
I'm
been
going
written.
to the tavern.
To the tavern.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you're
gonna
going by
go.
yourself to the tavern.
Talk to some people. Have a good
Alright.
time.
Doctor,
I'll come
if
with
you're
you
going,
to
yeah,
So so you 2 are going to Carl.
if you're going to the inn,
Yes, Hope.
will you take Cinnamon with you?
I absolutely shall.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
And
so
I'm
you
just like,
hop up on top of a fairly large 17-hand.
It's a very funny
warhorse,
sight.
with the relatively short top-hatted doctor riding a white horse. Yeah, riding a
I
white
think
horse.
just
Yes.
cinnamon is like
Yes,
the
it
cinnamon
is.
colored. I don't know why.
Trotting your way through the village of
Yeah.
It's an
fairly
iridescent
poor-looking people on
Iridescent.
a regal horse in a top hat. Definitely drawing some looks. But,
yeah,
Investing
think
property.
Ooh,
Shadowfax.
ooh.
so,
How much shit do I
checking in
want to
on
start?
the
A
wagon.
lot?
Yeah.
The wagon is, by this point, all the paint has been
interesting do
stripped
you
off.
want to return
It's
to
just back down to
Villagi
bare
be?
bones. You can
Oh,
see
it's
it's been
gonna be
very
very
heavily
extended
sanded,
anyway.
and a lot of the designs that were there previously have been removed.
Right.
Remind me again, what was the design that you guys were looking at?
Guy Fieri shirt.
No, we just wanted it to be like
you just wanted it to be
less-
flames, right?
No, we actually want it to be like
less-
not noticeable.
less
More
conspicuous
conspicuous, yeah.
and more sleeping space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
Cool
what we
on the
asked.
inside.
That one I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was the exterior. I didn't know.
Yeah,
if
we
you
just wanted it to
design.
not look like it was Vistani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you would see at this point that there are very dark greens and blues
Yeah,
and
dark
reds
green.
being mixed up. Things that would blend you in very well to the forest surroundings.
Has the paint on the exterior settled at all?
Oh, there
none of
isn't
the paint
any
is
yet.
Okay,
applied
okay,
to
sorry,
the
sorry. Okay, I just want to double
exterior.
check. In
It's
that
all been
case,
stripped off, but it hasn't been applied yet.
can I find whoever's doing the painting and just put in a quick request for just a little word to have inscribed on the side of the wagon?
Sure. And a female human just comes around the corner and just, yes, what can I add for you?
Well, we're just, working out a bit of personal branding and everything, and I was wondering if it would be, any extra cost. We've kind of been discussing as a group what we should call our wagon and everything, and we're thinking we're going to put a daddy wagon on it. Is that possible for you to write that on the...
Just on the back, please.
That's where it would be.
Daddy would.
It's a tramp stamp.
I'm thinking of instead of a license plate.
One word or two?
Hyphenated.
I think one word.
One
I
word.
think
Yeah.
I think one
Daddy
if that's
wagon.
all right.
And would you like it in cursive?
Capital
if that's
D.
if that's
not
possible, yes,
capital
please.
W.
In cursive?
If that's possible, that'd be
With a-
much
with a
appreciated.
capital D.
Yeah, yes, please.
All right.
Also,
It's from where we're from. It kind of reminds us of home, if you know what
Aha.
Leaf, do you know any protective runes or anything like that we could?
well, that
Put
was
on the
exactly
side.
what I was thinking. Would it be possible to get the sign of Palo on the wagon entrance?
Of course, that's just the sunburst.
Yes. Unless, is there anything else that you
I
think
think we
would
should
be...
also put the sign of the Mother of Night on there as well.
Oh.
I've got my own little...
And we know what that looks like
Yeah.
from the stones that we
Smoke
saw
some-
all the symbols on.
Yes, we did.
Yes. So.
It's almost like I took rubbings of them when we were there.
Mm-hmm.
There is
Oh well.
sunburst, there is flowers, there is leaves, and there is snow.
So the
We get
stones
Earth, Wind, and
didn't
Fire.
actually have symbols of
They
them.
had
It
cities
had depictions of cities.
in different seasons.
We just get the Earth, Wind,
Yeah.
and Fire logo on
Yeah.
the side.
It's Captain Planet's face on
well,
the side.
just a...
Just Paler then.
All right. Yes, I can add that. This should be ready tomorrow mid-morning, 10, 11 o'clock.
We were
That's
told,
really
we
wrong.
were told it would be.
It would be-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, with the additions. With the
Oh.
changes.
Pushing it back a bit. Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
fine.
How
I
long
got
does
stuff to do.
How long does it take to?
So we have painted
Paint that
leaves and
wagon.
trees on the
Yeah, that's
caravan,
all.
so we
we
can just
got-
camouflage.
No.
That's
That's
all.
all. That's
That's
all.
all it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So on from you guys, we'll go jump over to you two, go and see Carl. So
Hooray.
Camo
heading over to the
daddy
house that you
wagon.
become that you
Figured I
have
might as well
become
walk that
quite
way.
well
You're
known at.
trashy AF.
Making your way
That's
around
great.
the backside, you do see the familiar slot to insert some gold pieces.
Clinka,
Just want
clinka.
someone in,
Not
like,
in the
one
door,
of the
'cause we-
NPCs to say.
We're able to get a.
We used that already, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
Shit,
picked up your
okay,
armor.
Cool.
Alrighty, so 2 gold pieces in.
Down the glory hole.
And you just get a little slip, come around to the front, and then leave the traditional knock on the front door.
Hey, what's going on? It's you guys again. Come on in.
Coro!
It's good to see you, Les. What can I do for you?
So I found these weird kitten gloves, and I was wondering if you could maybe help me out of what they do. I've been trying a lot of hand signals. Like, I think the trick is to, get the right succession.
Look, I understand.
Just throwing up
Obviously, I can
gang
help you out
signs.
with this kind of thing. You really don't want this book. You can do all this yourselves as much as you want.
Well, how much is the book?
It's 100 gold pieces a page.
Well,
9
That's a lot.
We're not
pages.
here.
100 gold pieces a page, 9 pages.
Look, I'll give it to you. It's 9 pages. I'll throw in 2 more, call it even 1,000. 1,000 gold. You identify 11 items. You don't have to keep fucking compounding me every time.
Well, seeing as how I have 200 gold pieces, and that's it, I cannot afford this thing.
You want 2 pages for 200 gold then?
Oh, Laura, help me.
What do you need help with, Les?
He wants money for his thing, and I don't know if it's good money or bad money. I live in the sea, goddammit. I don't know what this money thing's about, really.
I'll
You
trade
don't
with
have
barnacles.
money in Triton culture.
Well,
How do you buy things in
it's a long story that we'll talk to you about some other time.
Yes,
We're
okay.
needing to figure this out right now.
So
He
do you
wants-
want me to teach you how to barter?
Yes. Barter.
Barter. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Oh boy.
Teach
He's
me
asked-
how to barter. Teach me how to barter.
God, what is it?
no.
Wow. God, I think
Les
my
just starts
goatee just
doing the
turned
Dougie
gray.
in the middle.
Just like shriveled in.
So,
Alright, so I got 1 book with 9 pages in it, 1 book with 11 pages in it.
Fucking nerd.
Which one do you want, Les?
I thought this. The 10-page book.
11. It's 9 or 11.
Oh boy.
The 11 one then.
11. It's 1,000 gold pieces. Throwing in one extra for free.
Okay. Well, we don't have that much money.
No, we don't.
Less. So he had said we could maybe have 3 for $300. Is that what?
I apologize. I was mistaken. Pages can't be removed from a book. I could identify 2 items for you for 200 gold.
Okay.
But if you want to actually be able to do this yourselves, you gotta buy the book. 900 or 1100. Knock down to 1,000.
All right. Well, we can't do that, so we'll just get these ones identified.
Your funeral. Alright.
Wait, what?
This guy.
This friggin' guy.
Well, I assume you're not going to be staying in Malaki for the rest of your damn lives. Going to be going out trying to figure out other items on the road. Are you going to be able to do that? Keep coming to me for stuff. You can go 3 days out on the road, find something really cool, bring it back to me. Pay me 100 gold to identify it, and then go 3 days back out again.
But then that would give me an excuse to see you, Carl, and that would be the most precious thing of all.
Exactly. You need this book.
Well, I can ask our friends if maybe they want to join their monies together to possibly buy said book.
Alright, how about this? I'll identify that item. You end up deciding to buy one of these books. I'll take off another 100 gold from you. I don't have much use for these, not a lot of adventures coming around anymore. I'm willing to take off a bit of a price. You've got me to get a couple 100 gold off you for a few of these pieces. It'd be good to have you having one of these. I'd be happy having a bit of spare coin lying around.
So that will be a $700 or 700 gold.
800 gold for the 9-page. 900
No,
gold
it'll be an 8-page because you've taken one out for the item that we're getting.
Right, so it's a 900 gold item. I'm identifying something for you. Then knock off 100 gold of that. You're right, you're smart. Damn. Alright, fair enough. 100 gold pieces. Tell you what those bloody gauntlets do.
100 gold, you'll tell me what the cat gloves do?
Best I can.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright. So
They
we
do
enter-
nothing.
They
They
are
look pretty.
mittens.
They are kitten mittens.
Kitten
mittens.
Is your cat too loud? Get kitten mittens.
Kitten mittens. There's my dice.
That's a good bit. I
Alright.
like that bit.
So, with that,
We don't have money in the ocean. Please help me.
okay.
We tried
So-
with scallops.
Scallops and
Sand
corals.
dollars.
He takes the gauntlets
How
from
many
you,
corals do you need?
begins describing them in there with very messy, blotted handwriting. Draws a very crude depiction of the gauntlet with the lion symbol on the back of the hand. 30 seconds or so goes by after he writes everything in, the ink absorbs into the page, and then the brilliant gold shining embossed text pops out of the page. And he kind of looks at it a little bit, leans back in his chair and looks at the gauntlets, and then looks back at it and just kind of...
Right, so, what do you want for him?
What? What? Is this how bartering
not-
works?
No, we're not interested in selling.
But he wants to give us money.
Yeah.
They'd probably just turn him
Less.
into a kitten anyway.
I'll give you both books for the gauntlets.
That's a lot of books. That's more than one.
Fucking nerd.
Give us the information first, and then we'll decide.
It's probably gonna learn.
Whatever the lady says.
So unseen, you get both books.
No, not interested.
Are you sure you know how to barter? That seems like a really good deal.
Fine. He's here. You got some gauntlets of ogre power. Make somebody who's a little on the weaker side. Fucking beast of a person.
And what these would do is make your strength score 19.
Fucking Paul, let's go.
That's all they do. But they make your strength score 19
Heck.
while wearing them.
Where
Holy
my weak folk
shits
at?
and giggles.
So you'd be like +5.
Well, I
Plus
will
4.
take that.
The only thing is that if your strength, that any bonuses to your strength don't affect any of this. This is just straight up, if you're at 13, you go to 19. If you would exceed 19, the gauntlets do nothing for you.
So he'd be a.
So right now
I would
he's
just
at,
get a 1+ modifier.
So right now, what's your strength score? 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would go to a 19, so you'd be +1 to your current strength.
So I can either have +1 strength or 2 fucking books of seeming.
Well, no, we can't.
Or
Well, hold
you
on,
could
hold on
also someone else in the party, but
If you give
also
them to a
I'm not
friend.
here.
Yeah.
We're not here.
Or
at
see
all.
what else
We're
in the
out
shop
here
he can.
spreading
You have the gauntlets right now.
Yeah, I'm causing shit.
We're painting Daddy Wagon on the side.
Yeah.
Flying
You
carpet.
can identify 19 mole items.
Ooh, that's
That's-
actually. Ooh.
Who would
Yes.
those benefit?
You have some other things on this wall that I've been eyeing for quite some time.
I do.
Is this also a possibility?
I know you wanted that rod from before, right?
Well, there's the rod and there's also the carpet.
Not the carpet. That one's a special one in my heart.
Really?
That's how we're trying to leave it.
Really.
Come back and take the card.
I'd be willing to give you, say, the book with now 8 pages and that rod. That's a pretty good one. Or if you wanted those braces of defense, that'd be pretty good. Or those gloves.
Missile snaring.
Missile snaring. That's not
What
bad
about
either.
those? The book and those goggles.
The book and the goggles?
I can already see in the dark, thank you very much. We are gonna look at...
Can't interject or give our opinion because we are not here.
You are not there.
Yeah.
Is anyone else's ears burning for some
Yeah, right?
reason?
So that rod.
The peanut gallery is feeling really frustrated.
There's a maneuver rod and...
It's a rod and a book with 8 pages. It's the braces or the gloves, book with 8 pages. And the goggles, I'll give you a book with 11 pages with that. Look, you take your time, you think on it.
Is that alright?
Those would be worth the wait for me. If you want to let them go.
Alright, I will think on this and
Give him some water.
defer to my bartering partner.
Take him for a test.
And
Works for me.
we'll come back.
Oh,
Remember, if you want 700 gold, you get the book with 8 more identifiers. 1,000 gold, well, now 900. You get the one with 11.
Right, alright. Thank you, sir.
Have a good afternoon. Well, evening now.
He slams the door behind you as you leave. So, some decisions to be made there.
That's a lot of shit. But I
That's a
want.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really good for us to have a book that, and if I so
Doctor.
forward.
Yeah, how busy's the tavern?
Tavern is silent.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Thank God.
You have Danica behind the bar.
Yeah.
You got the 2 kids that are kind of running around. You can see them playing a game of faux hopscotch that they've kind of chalked off little parts of the floor, move some of the tables out of the way so they can play. She looks very bored, just kind of leaning against the bar, half asleep, and
Glass of wine, Danica.
yes, of course. The expensive or the cheap?
Let's go expensive today.
All right, that's 2 gold pieces, please.
Mm-hmm.
She pours off a nice glass of the wine and ends up serving it to you.
Danica, did you hear much about what happened at our trial the other day?
A lot of those things do not make their way to my ears.
Mm.
Some of them do.
Well, this might be of interest to you and your patrons. Did you know the Burgomaster? His Strahd protection doesn't work. It's bullshit, Danica. I apologize for the children around, but it's ridiculous.
Really, that is completely news to me.
I know. It's almost as if, say, the people of this town could bear to know that.
That would be a very interesting thing to do.
I think it would be.
I'm not sure what purpose it would have, but
Well,
it is not my choice to say this. I simply watch.
do you perhaps know anyone who could let the people know, spread the word quietly?
Word does not spread around Valaki quietly. Everyone knows, or only a few people do.
Well, you have anyone who can let the word out?
There are some people within town who could do this. That's Blinsky fellow. Enough people visit him, he sees enough people in the street, he can't keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, he's a dope, that guy.
Dope.
Anyone else of note might not be a bad choice to talk to?
Of getting word out?
Hmm.
Not that I can think of. Probably it's not off the top of my head.
Good to know. Thank you, Danica.
Of course.
How's that
Maybe
wine for you, by the way?
The wine for me?
Yes.
Oh, the one that you...
Yes, the bottle. How was that?
It was very interesting. Not what I'm used to. Much more sweet. Something I would like to try again, but I know it is not easy to obtain. So I do appreciate you parting with the bottle for me.
Of course.
Am I to assume you'll be spending one more night here with your friend?
Can I get the other room?
Well, I was referring to the man upstairs at the moment.
I
Your
wasn't.
dusk elf friend?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Right. Oh, yes, of course.
For a second, I thought it was Rotavio.
Oh!
No, you did. That's why I was like,
Your long lost lover, Octavio.
So,
My actual best friend doesn't spoon me in my sleep.
Whoa,
Doesn't sound like a
Strong
friend
I
words.
was gonna say, your actual best friend does spoon you in
Yeah.
your sleep.
to me. Yeah. Keeps you warm at night.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going camping with you guys.
Rip. Bad idea.
Yep, not happening. Nice try. I know what this is about. I've seen The Lake House starring Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds.
Actually, it's Keanu Reeves.
Whatever.
Anyway,
Are you Keanu or Sandra in that iteration?
both.
I might be the house.
So you have them both.
I traverse time. Anyway.
Right. So, other than that, nothing of any particular note happens in the next hour or so. Eventually, all of you retire back to the Blue Water Inn for the evening. One final night's rest.
Oh, before we leave the outfitters, I want to get powdered corn extract and some parchment.
Powdered corn extract.
Yes, I forgot that I actually have a spell that I
We're
can
making
do things, and
tortillas.
I don't have its components yet.
Get it.
We could make some tortillas.
You would be able to do that if you like.
Great.
Yeah.
As we gather with
Keep
the
it in my
group,
pouch.
can I explain to them what happened and
You
that
certainly
I'm
can.
really, really much better at bartering than my friend here?
You certainly can. Go ahead.
I'm way better at bartering than Allura is.
What happened?
Well, we were trying to get the gauntlets identified, and it turns out that gauntlets of ogre power that make you super strong.
That sounds pretty cool.
But then as soon as he got them, he wanted to trade them for 2 books of seeming.
Seeming?
Seeming?
Wait, no. What's it called?
Like watermelons?
What is he doing to your items?
No,
Now I
identifying.
get that.
There. Hold up.
Now I
2
get that.
books of identifying.
Right.
No, not both of them.
He said
One
he would-
of them.
Could you have
There
got
was
both
2
of them at one
pages.
point?
He said 2 books, both sight unseen, but we wanted to know what we had.
Okay, well, what else did he offer you?
1 book
Less
and immovable rod.
What?
That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
The rod that we all really wanted. He would give that to us, plus a
You want
book.
the rod.
We wanted the rod.
It's gonna be a cool, like, pole dancing bit.
Or
so-
the rod and the gloves of missile snaring to catch things out of the air.
A book and an item.
Yes.
So, hold up. You're telling me that this gentleman, Carl,
Yes.
your best friend,
The best.
yes, offered you books of identifying and something cool from the store in exchange for dirty gloves you found on the floor.
I know, right? I'm so good at bartering.
But wait, what do the gloves do?
They make you strong. They give you strong feelings inside.
I feel like you already have a lot of strong feelings, Les.
I also
know.
feel this.
I
also,
do.
Thank you, Allura, for translating what happened with Les.
Yes. I mean, we were learning how to barter, so I figured there'd have to be some retranslation.
What?
So, like, I feel like perhaps one of them books might be in handy on
I
the
think
road.
it'll be a great idea to have.
It's true,
have
on the
fun.
road. Because we're not
So-
going to be coming back here for quite some time, right?
So the offer, as the offer stands, we can pick either. There's 2 books. One has 8 pages, and one has 11. So the 8-page book, and either the rod, the bracers, the gloves.
Wait, what was the difference between the bracers and the gloves? Those were the
think
same
the
cost,
braces-
The
right?
braces
I remember this
gave you up
bracers-
to your
The
defense.
bracers gives you a bonus to your AC. The gloves, when you get hit with a ranged attack, you can roll a die to reduce the damage and potentially catch.
What was the bonus
air.
on the bracers?
I think it's +1 to AC.
Okay.
+2 to AC.
Ooh, I could use that.
If you were wearing no armor and use no shield.
Oh, never mind. Because I'm wearing my studded leather.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
that's
the
like
other
dog
option
shit.
was, which I think will be a good, is the 11-page book and the goggles of.
What do those
Like
bad boys do?
It will help me, your rogue,
Oh.
see in the dark.
I could see in the dark fine.
They let us see in the dark.
Let's someone who does not have dark vision see in the dark. If you do have dark vision, it doubles the range of your dark vision.
Oh, heck.
Up to 120 feet maximum. So nothing for relief, unfortunately.
Nor I.
Well, the rangy things, but
Range is kind of neat.
So we can either
No,
have
up to 120 feet.
Allura
No,
see
like
things in the
the
dark.
rangy gloves would be something else.
Oh, the
We can
range
have
is
a
it.
rod that
you're
can't
just
be
talking about
moved.
the goggles. It doesn't
Oh.
improve your.
We can have
your
gloves
gotcha.
that catch things in the air, but no combat. I
Well,
try.
I'm kind of digging the rod.
so what would the
Could be
rods
very
allow
helpful.
us to do other than leaf pole dancing?
I thought
Well,
it would be pretty funny.
the situations can vary, as removable rods do. You can plant it into the ground, have it be a stable item for ropes or whatever you attach to, and it literally can never move.
It can support
Ever.
up to 8,000 pounds of weight.
Yes.
It's a lot
That
of
is huge.
If we ever wanted to do something with a counterbalance or try to be climbing up something, it can come in very handy
That's
without having to be able to use it. To
And it was a
anchor
longer
rope.
rod than most, wasn't it? It wasn't a short rod.
Short rod.
Oh,
Not that long.
it was a short rod. But if
It's
you
got-
wanted
it's
to,
got nothing to
It
prove.
was a longer rod than
Unlike
most.
Mr. Bean, it was a short rod.
now I might have been cold that day. It could have been a longer rod if it was in better conditions.
Oh.
Not a grower, it's all
Fine.
good less.
Personally, I'm thinking we go with the rod.
I think that the rod has the potential for being helpful. I think something like the goggles in a place that has perpetual night will be extremely beneficial 100% of the time.
It's not
to your
perpetual
rogue.
night, though.
It's like kind of night all the time.
It's like night half the time.
Is
right?
it not right now?
No, it's like
it's
mid-afternoon.
dusk. Also, have
Well, what was the... Because he didn't seem as wowed by the goggles as the rest of the things. Did he offer, like, a fancier book? Or like,
Yeah, it's a book with 3 extra pages.
Oh, fuck that noise. Get those. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. Whatever.
I don't know. I feel like the rod could be very useful.
I'm good either way. I think rod or goggles. It's almost as if there was some sort of way we could randomly decide. Perhaps something we could roll.
We could roll or
I
Well,
say
vote.
we row.
I mean, Lester, your
This is your
gauntlets,
decision
you
at the end
did
of the
find
day,
them.
Lester.
I
They're
think
your kitty
anything
gloves.
we choose is going to benefit the group.
Just keep the call.
It's, what do you think?
Let's roll for it. I was
we
gonna
could
try.
vote.
We could
for
also
it.
just flip a coin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or roll.
that exists in that world.
Yeah, there's coins. We have those.
We have some of those.
I
I
say
mean, I've got dice.
let's
also.
roll a d20 and see.
Oh yeah,
if it's a
Allura
roll
has
thing.
dice.
So
Okay, but between 1 to 3, it's this. Any
1
odd
to
number
10,
is that.
It's so if you're doing 50-50, it's 1, 10, 11, 20.
Which is the highest number wins.
Wait,
So
what?
then,
Well,
but then
what does the highest number
roll it.
stand for?
I'm
Okay,
rolling
cool,
for the
the high
rod.
numbers-
I'm rolling for the rod. You're
Oh.
rolling for the goggles.
Oh.
Highest number wins.
So you're arm wrestling for it.
I knew I was the smartest
Oh.
in the group.
You're just doing it in a.
Who do I do this to? Who do I condemn?
This is a weird abstraction
Alright.
that I
There we
can't,
go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
can't quite grasp.
Natural 20.
I rolled
Rod
a
it is.
6.
Woo!
Rod it is.
Rod time.
There we
Stop
go.
time.
The rod
I
would be
like
advantage.
this dice.
We got a hot rod for our daddy wagon.
Woo!
We got the Rod Stewart.
You can attach the rod to it.
That joke alone was worth
Plus,
it.
we have the sign of Palo on the back of it as well.
And we have a rod.
Oh wow, sweet.
I wonder if the rod would fit into that.
Inanimate carbon rod.
Well, the rod doesn't move, so if
So
you
once
click
you
onto
click
that,
it,
the wagon will
just go
and the
through
rod
it.
will stay there.
No, I'm meaning through the back.
No, the rod will stay
She's trying to make a dirty
They're
joke.
trying.
Bay, you're trying to make a dirty joke.
Yes.
The rod will still stay there.
Okay.
The wagon
It doesn't
will just
move
break
when-
away.
Okay, but
Because
Yeah.
once you click it, it's there. It just holds
Hell,
itself
rod.
in
It
midair.
doesn't have to be, so it doesn't move with the surface. It
No.
stays
You
in
can
place.
go.
All right.
That thing.
I'm going to go
Yeah,
back
I'll say.
to
Get the fucking
Alright,
Rod.
shop.
okay.
As dusk is settling in, the last couple of minutes, you just quickly run out, knock on the door
Give me the
very
rod.
rapidly, make the exchange, swapping your gauntlets. So you get a totem of identification
Woo.
and an immovable rod. You can go ahead and mark down 8 pages on that totem of identification.
Ken Doctor has.
I feel like we should put it maybe in the bag of holding.
That
for
doctor
safekeeping.
has?
Yeah.
Alrighty, with your gauntlets.
Yeah.
Go back into the depths of the item pool.
The depths
So wait,
of the
how
hole.
strong did they make it?
Do you just randomly pick a card when we have a cool
Like, if
trigger
there was
thing,
a
or do you
number
round
No,
set-
I have everything preset.
Okay.
If it was like a plus. Then.
That's why I have so many items.
Yes.
Because there's so many things that
Someone's
you could
gonna
have
like,
found
it's gonna be
already.
like, hold
God
the
damn
door.
it.
and someone's gonna
I
crush
still
her,
think
like, oh, this
that's
was
an
gonna-
absolute tease.
You're
It's
welcome.
not fair. Alethea immediately goes searching through all of the walls in the.
It's too bad Rictavio's not there anymore. Anyways,
That's
so
where we're going with it.
What? He's just teasing. He's just teasing.
So, retiring for the evening, you have those items. You can go ahead and read those and understand what they do. The tome does have something very specific. So that one you'll just want to decide amongst yourselves who is actually going to be identifying those items, because it does have a check required in order for the identification to work.
Oh.
It's almost as if
Swindled.
someone with a number with a stone that might have given them a bonus to checks might be a good person for that.
Someone that can also give that person a thing.
Yeah.
So,
Start stacking this.
Has anyone checked on Casimir yet?
Oh
I've
fuck.
been down here having a great time talking to Danica.
No, but perhaps we should go up and say hello. Let him know we'll be starting out in the morning. I can go talk to him.
alright. So making your way upstairs
Awful, man.
and
Awful.
knocking on the door. Yes, please come in.
So we've
Amazing.
returned from the lake, and the wagon will be ready mid-morning. We've made a couple of changes, so at that point we'll be setting out for the day. How was your day of luxury in the inn?
Very peaceful.
How's your hand?
I appreciate you bringing me here and providing me food and bedding. It has been some time since I've slept on a bed that actually fits me.
You're welcome.
Will we have sleeping arrangements when we are on the road?
You're smarter than us.
We have the wagon. We've asked them to arrange it so that there's more sleeping for the inside, but it may still be rather tight, and some of us may be on the outside, but I'll be on the outside likely. I'm good at keeping watch, so
Well,
you may want a
we
bedroll.
are good at keeping watch in comparison to the rest.
Sure. I'm not used to having other
I am
around.
not much of a fighter, I will admit that, but I do have some tricks up my sleeve.
Well, we've all got our own skills. I feel I should tell you that we did find Luvash's daughter, and we've brokered a kind of peace with him.
And did that include my people?
It was just for us. But I'll see what we can do when we come back. I didn't mention you as... Frankly, I didn't want him to know that you were with us. As it stands now, he doesn't realise that you've come with us.
That actually is a very good idea. I believe you may have made the correct decision there. Alright, that is good to know. Thank you.
Do you need us to get a message to your people somehow before we leave?
I mean, if any of you have the ability to do this, just letting them know that I'm alive, I'm safe, and we are making our way out.
We do have a way to send a message.
Fantastic.
I'll ask Leaf if he can assist with that.
Of course.
25.
Sorry?
Oh no, I was saying keep it under 25, but we don't have the extended plan.
So he would come down with you, eventually descending into the bottom area.
Join us for
while
dinner.
we're eating dinner. Some people are starting to fill out the tavern a little bit. You notice that Yevgeny and Zoldar come back, looking a little bit worse for wear today, but fairly
Really?
large catches. You can see them
Yeah, they
actually carrying Luvash, or not Luvash, Yevgeny comes through the door with a full deer on his shoulders and kind of like plops it down on the bar. And Danica just reaches behind the bar and starts doling out gold coins in exchange for the deer, and then takes it behind the bars, and they end up getting some drinks served to them.
Good hunting, lads.
It was a good day.
I can see that.
Am I to assume you're leaving fairly soon?
We are. Trial went as well as can be expected.
We can't stay in a place that allows vampires within the walls.
Vampires within the walls. Interesting. He kind of turns over to Yevgeny for a second, and then the two of them just kind of exchange a glance and very rapidly, in a language none of you understand, speak to each other, and then just kind of turn back and... I assume the coffin maker?
Watch yourself, boys.
This is good to know. I appreciate this, both of you. Thank you.
Keep your eyes on if you're coming back in the night, or if you're wandering around at night. You want to be very careful.
Of all people, I believe we will be the ones who will be fine, but thank you for your concern.
I agree.
Tormil. And they depart over to their table and sit down with a big hefty plate as Danica comes around with her husband and plops full plates of meat down in front of them several minutes later. So, anything else anybody would like to do for the evening?
Is my trophy still there?
Oh, for
Your
Well, I'm gonna
trophy
go
is
to the
still there.
bathroom.
No one has taken your trophy.
Les.
Casimir didn't even leave the room, so he didn't have a chance to lose it. So your trophy is still there. However, with that, now knowing that your troop is leaving, Danica comes over and you do realize that you cannot leave as the champion and still maintain your title.
What?
Well, if you're not here to defend your title, someone will simply come and take it.
Kevin, it's time to roll a new character.
You are welcome, of course, to come back and become the champion again. I mean, you did it once. It is entirely believable that you will be able to do it again.
Okay.
But for now, tonight, your last night of free drinking, I will treat you. And she ends up bringing over, instead of a single glass of wine, a full 2 pitchers of wine for the whole table.
Oh,
It's very kind of you, Danica.
Ooh.
We've truly enjoyed
Danica's
staying
luckering
here.
us out.
Yeah.
Appreciate your hospitality.
It has been a pleasure for me as well. Normally, people coming through are not quite as courteous as you. And she kind of lingers on you for a second and leave. And then just... We will be watching.
Appreciate it.
And then retires back to behind the bar.
Anyone else of note in the tavern?
In the tavern, a couple of people just having dinners.
Okay.
Nobody really of any interest. You've seen by this point, with the amount of time you spent in the town, a good number of the people. A couple of faces that you've recognized before, you never really had conversations with.
Okay.
But
Cool.
fairly jovial atmosphere overall in the tavern tonight, with Yevgeny and Zoldar bringing back full prey.
Okay, cool.
Leaf, would you be able to help Casimir send a message to his people?
I think I could do that. Oh, what do you need, Casimir?
Well, I would like to be able to send a message to my people and just let them know that I am alive, I am well, and that we are going to be hitting the road to go to the Amber Temple.
Okay, that sounds about 25 words. I can do that.
If it has to be within 25 words, I could write it down.
But that
for
would
you
be
if you like.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. And so he takes a minute or so and kind of thinks about what he'd like to say, and comes in under 25 words. The extent of, hello friends, I am alive, I am well, we are heading as a group to the Amber Temple.
Perhaps we should ask them.
Yeah, love you.
Perhaps we should ask them if they know if Luvash knows that you're with us. We can make that brief.
What? Sorry, I was just
Does
enjoying beer.
Luvash know I'm gone?
Okay.
That's 25 words exactly.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So
Oh.
I relay that
Okay.
to the one because I'd met a few other Dusk Elves.
Yeah,
when I
you
was
did. Yeah, you met the two specifically
Yeah.
that he was with when you and Hope went into
So
the
pass that along.
So passing it along, and then it'll end up
The elves?
word would
They had
eventually
different-
return to you.
Different like little huts and
I
stuff.
understand.
That's where they were.
Oh, okay.
Luvash, I do not believe knows that you are gone yet, but he will find out. Be safe on your travels.
Okay, relay that back to Casimir.
And you just kind of. Alright.
Alright,
One
no
more
one
night
died
in the
tonight.
inn and luxury, and then we hit the road.
Oh, he's so happy.
Enjoy it. For me, I'll be happy to get
Hope we don't
out of
kill
town. Me too.
We'll say the experience has been pretty shit, but it's getting better.
Before we go to sleep, I would like to take a couple sheets of paper I got and write out a note to the town of Vallaki saying, beware of vampires.
Alright.
Oh my
And you
goodness.
just want to let Rick just leaf letter it across the city?
Oh, that's better than what I thought.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Are you?
So, a few sheets
You're,
of
are you
parchment.
doing this? You're doing this secretly, I assume.
Oh, very much so, yes.
I'll just get you to go and just make a stealth check for me.
For Rick?
No, for you.
Okay.
Because you're doing this secretly with less in the room.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing there?
I'm trying to be as passive, which I know is
17.
yes, 12. So yeah, you managed to do that. So very secretively, you just kind of like writing things out on your page. Les would come over and just look at this and go, "Hey, what you writing?" And he's, "Oh, I'm writing my memoirs." Ends up turning around and running away.
What time of night is it?
By this point, it's closing in on bedtime, so
Kaya
you'll be
clock.
going into bed. Pretty soon.
So everyone's asleep?
Not asleep yet.
Not
Okay.
yet. We've all retired to
Everyone's
our.
retired to your rooms.
I've
You're all
got my
preparing for sleep.
nightcap on.
Casimir sitting on the floor, having to only meditate for a few hours. He's been cooped up for most of the day, so he doesn't really particularly need sleep. So,
Can we have a brief?
Yeah, what's up, Hope?
Uh,
For what it's worth, we've said we're in bunk beds. I'm the bottom bunk. Are you dipping down and talking?
I'm like my head's
poked up?
leaning.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, because obviously I'd be top
Yeah.
bunk, so like that's fine.
hey, Hope.
Leaf, I think you and Casimir might have a connection.
No, I haven't really got to know the guy yet. I'm blushing furiously. I haven't really talked to him. It
yeah,
seemed
red on
nice.
blue.
Yep. It's a
You're just getting.
it's a weird look. I'll maybe talk to him, but he's
I just wanted to say it.
No,
It
I
was
appre-
nice to see.
no, I appreciate that. I thought there might have been something, but I wasn't sure. Maybe it was just me.
If you need my help, I don't know how much help I can be, but if
Well,
you
thank
need
you.
my help, you have it.
I appreciate that, Hope. Likewise.
Dating sim.
Okay,
You need my help with anything?
not currently.
Because I can cast guidance, and it's pretty handy in most social situations.
I think perhaps you could use self-guidance.
I look into the distance. Yes, I can.
On that note,
Yeah.
everybody turns in for the evening, with the exception of Les.
Yeah.
Ruined
So I want to sort of bide my time till the middle of the night when I know everyone's asleep and no one's around.
Yep.
I want to sneak downstairs to the
Make a stealth
bar.
check.
Just falls down the stairs.
Why can't I ever find it? Just
Oh, it's that one.
Still in alphabetical order.
ST.
I know. Why am I not? Oh yeah. 11.
11. You rustling awake in your sleep here, Les just kind of like,
I am
and then the door.
pretending to be asleep, so
Yeah.
I
The door
want
does
nothing to do with
open,
his shenanigans.
candlelight flows in, and then the door goes to close, and you think that you closed it, and you just kind of like give it that last little nudge, but the handle isn't quite turned all the way, so it just kind of thudump.
Nice.
Down the stairs,
Jesus Christ.
eventually making your way to the bottom of the
Pizzicato
stairs.
strings as he's walking.
I want to take.
Lights are out, no one is there.
I want to take the trophy.
I'm gonna take the trophy.
Yes.
The
Okay.
glass.
Alrighty. Well, it's a cup.
In
so,
the Charminic cup.
I want to take it.
Okay.
It's a trophy to me.
Correct. It is not displayed anywhere, so go ahead and make an investigation check to try and find it.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, no, it's 6.
6. Looking around for the better part of an hour as you're like going around all the crevices and like looking in cabinets and like kind of looking around and trying to find things, and you just kind of like look behind something and you accidentally nudge against the spigot and some wine starts pouring out.
It's
You
a whole
rapidly
bit.
close that, and there's just a wine stain on the floor, and you just kind of grab a towel and start mopping up the wine, and then you eventually just get fed up and not unable to find it.
Can I just take a cup?
You can take a cup, yes.
Okay.
There are a series of wine glasses that are around.
shit.
You'd be able to grab one of those with no real
Someone's
issue.
dip spit.
Okay.
Few cracks, few chips in it, as most of the cups have, but you find one of the nicer ones and pocket it.
Alright.
Alrighty. Making your way back upstairs, falling asleep. So, waking up the following morning, breakfast is had. Any last items that you would like to address? Otherwise,
Yeah, I'm gonna wander over to Blinsky's.
okay.
Nice.
I feel like perhaps we should let the father know we're leaving town.
Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna do a thing.
If we're gonna.
The church is also on the way out of town, so
Yeah.
because you're heading west and it's one of the westernmost buildings.
Yeah.
Hey, Doctor, where are you going?
I'm just gonna go say bye to my good friend Blinsky.
Okay.
Do you need company?
No, I'm fine. They're not scared of us no more.
Am I suspicious of him?
Well, we
Make an
have an
insight check.
inside check.
Nine.
Tough to read. He's looking pretty honest, maybe just has a question for Blinsky. You know, he's spent a decent amount of time in the toy shop by this point.
I do have a question for Blinsky.
Making your
I
way
know.
south to Blinsky's toys, we'll say that as everybody else is gathering the wagon, you're doing this.
Yeah.
So the rest of you gather up the wagon, all the horses,
Ooh.
everything getting ready to go.
This is fun.
You would jump over to Blinsky's.
So around the so I'm gonna be around the corner from Blinsky's shop, so he can't see me through any windows.
Yep.
And I'm gonna shift into Aaron, the guard,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pop in, and just wait for him to come out from behind his little curtain.
And you, opening the door, you've got the little bell that rings over,
Yeah.
and you just, "Hello, Aaron. It is good to see you, my friend. What can I do for you?"
Blinsky, so good to see you as well.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
What brings you in this morning?
Oh, I just wanted to share some gossip I heard.
Some gossip.
Yeah.
Always open to this, please.
So, you know those guys that were in town, like the weird guys? Like there's that guy with the hat and like the big blue guy
Yes, I've met them
and
a
the
few
fish
times at
guy,
this point.
right?
Yes.
So I was at their trial, right? The big trial that went on.
Oh, all right. Yes.
So you won't believe this. Henrik, the coffin guy, he had vampires in his place.
No.
Yeah,
Vampires cannot get inside our walls.
Henrik
It's
brought him
impossible.
in. Those guys, they got fucked up like bites on him and stuff.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, that one was cocked. Okay, that is, shit, both of these are cocked, Jordy. I'm a dumb. May I reroll? They
Do.
both
It-
appeared. Oh, no,
it
wait, one is
was-
cocked.
It
I'm a
wasn't
dumb.
before you moved it, though. It was.
That's also possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, I got, Well, I'm doing deception?
Deception.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine. 12.
12. He just kind of like looks at you and just. The Burgomaster would have told us this. This is not something. that-
Schmidt was there too, man. You can ask him next time he's in.
I'm loving this.
All right. I'll do this, but.
I just wanted you to know, because
this
that's...
seems rather incredulous.
It's insane, right? That's what I thought.
I will have to talk to the
can we
Burgomaster
get that
about this
book?
and see if he has any news as well. Thank you for telling me.
No
R.I.P.
worries. I just
Aaron.
thought you should know.
Yes. All right. I must get back to my my craft.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy the morning.
You too. Watch out. Be careful.
Yes. And he just kind of goes in the back, and you can see there's a little bit of hesitation in his step as you end up departing.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, the rest of the party gathering up, you all waiting at the western gate for the doctor to eventually arrive, and then comes up, no issues, everybody settles up. You do have the wagon, which can hold 2 drivers and 4 people sitting in the back, so that's 6. And then you've got the additional horse by
We
the
have
cinnamon,
cinnamon.
so that makes 7 in total. So you've got just enough for everybody to be able to go.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Dips on
Should
shotgun.
we send Rick with a message to Irina and Ismar, just letting them know that we're leaving town? Do we care about that?
I don't really care. I mean, if you guys want, I will. I can. Or we can, like, I don't know, send some stuff too.
Yeah.
Just
I
want
guess
to make
so.
sure everyone stays alive. So
Yeah.
that's why if we're kicking off all
Let's
yeah,
let them know about the vampires.
God.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
Yeah, because we did the long rest, so all of our spells are.
Correct.
Back
All of your
up.
spells, hit dice.
Well, we could just
Open
send
our
Rick though instead of
faces later.
Leaf using
Gonna
up a
blow
spell
up the
slot
town
because that's
later, which is
kinda
my
Yeah.
new
It's a
plan.
third level
Yeah.
spell slot. If we...
Why don't we
Time
write
to
a quick
destroy
note to
the
them
lock.
and send it with Rick?
Yeah.
Hey, we're not out of this shit yet. We're still in the walls.
So, heading west out from the gates of Alaki, horses and wagon in tow. You travel for roughly 30 minutes along a winding, well-used road before seeing a large stone bridge built over a fairly expansive river, draining south from what you imagine to be Lake Saravich.
We're in
On the other side of the bridge, the road comes to an X intersection, with the branches ahead leading northwest, northeast, and southwest. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, with arms pointing in four directions, lies broken off in the weeds nearby.
What's the signpost say?
Signpost. Picking it up, you can see that it fits fairly evenly onto the post. It would just need to be mended.
do that.
Okay. So reattaching that signpost on, finding the direction that it fits.
Yeah.
No real issue there. Mending, all of the branches interweave again. So you notice that the signpost reattached. You see the arms indicate Kresk and Solenka Pass to the southwest, Lake Baratok to the northwest,
Ooh.
Valaki and Ravenloft back the way you came to
Oh,
the
that sounds
northeast,
fun.
and Berez to the southwest.
Berez?
Berez.
Casimir, which way did you say the temple was?
The primary road out of the city. It follows.
Think hard, buddy.
He tries to remember.
Can I cast guidance on him?
Sure.
Isn't it west? We need to go west and then farther south.
West and then further south was what you were told by the Vistani.
Can I pull out the
map.
map?
You don't have a map.
Yes, we do.
Didn't we?
Yeah, we
We
have a
100%
simple map.
have a map. I
Yeah.
stole it from the upstairs of the burgomaster of the city of Barovia.
We do.
I
Yeah.
have a map.
I have
Yeah,
seen.
you have one of Valaki.
Nope, we've got one of Barovia.
Yeah,
I feel
you
like we
gave
have
us
one.
one.
Of yeah, I feel like we have one of Barovia.
We have
Yeah.
one of Barovia
Really?
because
It's
I can
not-
go back
we
through
like
our notes
It's-
on the.
I think-
yeah we
If you say you have
I
one,
think
I'll
it's
put it on that.
I think it's in on the Facebook thing.
It is on the Facebook. I was
It
actually
is
just
on
looking
the
for it in
Facebook.
Slack
Yeah.
because I was like,
of Barovia and a map of Valaki.
All right. Well, if that's the case, there's your physical map of Barovia.
yeah,
Yeah, that matches the one that we have.
Yeah, because it didn't have anything. Yeah,
Okay. Actually, send it to you.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I just don't remember that. Apparently, I was drunk.
we all were.
Shorty.
Yeah, because it was. Remember when there was like the stuff about when we were at the windmill and we were like, oh, that looks kind of roughly there.
I do remember.
Jordan doesn't, but we have
I
it.
don't.
I'm
know.
glad
have
we
it.
all
If you
got
have it,
together
if
20
you
minutes
show it to
before
me,
the
is
game and
that it?
expired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out really
Okay.
well for us.
Then yeah. So yeah, you have that one.
I like the physical one.
Yeah, you sent it via when we were still using Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably why.
The dark
So,
days. of messaging.
We should make a map or
Um,
like an images
Oh.
Slack.
There is
Have a
one.
map.
Oh,
Have a
Our
map.
I'm on it.
Visual aids from Jordy.
It just
Map of
says have a
Barovia,
map.
map of
Yes,
like
we
you
have a
that.
map.
I'm not on
Fair
that
enough.
one.
Jordan,
Yeah,
it says over here
the
that
only
we
ones who are
draw.
on it, I think, are me, Amanda, Jordy, the one with the maps on
Okay.
Slack.
Yes.
So-
Can you invite the rest of the party to that?
There are two ways
Mm-hmm.
to get there. You can either head southwest or northwest, because both of them will eventually rejoin back to the same place.
Oh, and what was southwest again? Kresk and.
So southeast
Yeah.
was Kresk.
Oh, okay.
Southwest was Berez and the Solenka Pass.
The fuck?
It's just
Spooky.
It's
plastic.
just that fucking nerd.
Yeah, it's plastic.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fucking nerd.
So the Solenka Pass and Berez were to the southwest. Lake Baratok was to the northwest.
I kind of wanted to Barrett.
Me too. The tower's there,
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
and it's also where
But it
the
does.
I mean,
mage.
let's send Casimir back then.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we're
that'll be
doing
fine.
this
Our
with
wagon is
Casimir. Is this
reinforced.
the temple then, do you
Everything
think?
is on the way. I mean, if you would like to make additional stops, it is going to be probably close to a week of travel. I assume not all of that will be just to get this to the Ember Temple.
Yeah.
Casimir, you're so agreeable.
Just keep me alive, please. I would like to be able to get to the temple. and have a
We'll
chance
do
to
our
see
best.
this
On way
temple.
to temple.
will defend you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to go to the lake.
I
We've
mean,
had good luck at those.
if we only have roundabout ways to get there by traveling by road, I think we should swing by Lake Baratok if it's all the same.
What's the other one? Bresk or Berez?
Berez.
Berez. Do we know anything about
And
Berez?
there's Crest.
So Berez is the one that is
Maybe.
southeast.
And then there's Maggie.
So you're coming in. So it's X intersection.
Yeah.
You're coming in from up here.
Okay.
Berez is down here.
Oh yeah.
This one leads up to
Baratok.
And then this one is a long, winding road through the forest that eventually leads to either heading south to the Solenka Pass, which is where you would have to follow to go to the Ember Temple. The Ember Temple on your map, by the way, is that very bottom thing down there.
This thing?
That is
The little
the
tiny
Ember
guy?
Temple.
We just keep driving and going to.
That little tiny guy.
Can I pencil
Is there
mark
another
it?
town on
This
the
is
way
your
we can
map.
stop
You can
in
do whatever
for
you'd like.
like another
Oh.
6 months?
Actually, the pencil did not show up
Here.
in the slightest.
I
No.
have a pen.
Do we want it in a color so
And then
it's easy to
Berez,
find?
I was just gonna make it
is the other
bigger.
one, and that's further west. You can see that's right near the edge of the map, kind
Okay.
of on the north side.
I mean, I want to swing by Lake Baratok.
I mean, I
That
think
sounds
we
fun.
all know,
Major,
know
major
where that.
cities are marked off on the map, so you should see that there's the village of Barovia, there's Valaki, Lake Baratok, Vesk, and then the one that you don't see the name of is Berez, but that's the one that's down the dotted line along the Luna River.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Cool.
Okay.
Lake it up. Another beach episode.
Oh boy.
It's like the first season of
Unexpectedly.
Haruhi.
Alright.
Anyone? No, that's fine.
First
Of which?
season of what?
Haruhi. It's an
Haruhi?
anime.
Oh no, sorry. It's okay. We're not. I'm not
That's fine.
cool.
So, heading northwest.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So-
Here we go. Oh my God, we're on a journey.
You're officially on a journey.
One more step. And this is
The northwest path climbs
climbs
gently, eventually becoming a dirt trail through the woods.
Oh,
Whoa.
can I wait? Before anything else happens, can we establish exactly where everyone is in the order of the party?
I'm inside.
So, who is driving the horses?
Who's
I
got
called
an animal?
shotgun.
driving.
So, shotgun's sitting
No,
beside the person driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's I'm good with horses, so I'm happy
that
to
would probably-
be.
If you're shotgun, then that would probably be you. And
Okay, so you two up front.
Yeah.
Are you riding Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Okay, so the remainder of the four of you are in the back of the.
Yeah, and
wagon.
I'm riding Cinnamon behind the wagon.
Okay.
right, and I'll kind of, if I can kind of be like, not dangling out the back, but kind of just like looking at Hope's 6.
Yeah, we're just like.
Yeah.
She's already. So, the
Sorry.
northwest path climbs gently, eventually becoming a dirt trail through the woods within the next 15 to 20 minutes.
So is this the one following down the river?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going
Can
north.
you-
You're going
Can you
the
show me what
dotted
path
line
we're on?
north. Dotted line north.
This one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Going off-road.
Your pace slows because the trail itself narrows slightly. You are going through woods on a less used trail. But as you're navigating a narrower path with branches and foliage strewn across the dirt, the winding trail slowly turns from moving you northwest to eventually moving you back towards the south, or more on the southwest side. After close to 2 hours of traveling, you eventually see a break in the trail. Stepping out from the darkness of the trees, you're suddenly met with an astounding sight. Cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs over 1,000 feet.
Let's go.
With the peak of a single stone tower barely visible through a thick casing of fog.
PNW.
Let's go.
West Coast, West Coast.
Guys, there's a tower. Let's go look at a tower.
It's very misty. I don't know if we'll be able to see very well through
We've
that.
got like gust of wind guy over here.
That's true.
What time of day is it right now?
And by this point, you've been traveling for 2 hours. About noon.
Okay.
You've
Still
got
got some
midnight.
I
light.
assume it's fog
This
clouds.
is a good time to investigate a tower. It's
I've got
as good a
some
time as
time.
any.
Informative.
I'd say.
Let's do it. And we have this wagon protected from vampires.
I mean, we hope it only has a symbol of Palar on it.
That's fair.
I've got a
But-
little seed with my thing in it, just dangling. Got my
What?
little- yeah. I got my little seed. I put a little seed.
What?
A seed? Something with a seed.
I put a seed in
Dangling.
it. Dangling.
I got my little.
I'm confused.
There we go. Now okay.
Sorry, trying to do something sweet for once.
So,
Just met with shame.
turning off the trail to follow the road there.
Yeah.
Following the trail, it eventually ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches several hundred feet into the lake to a flat, marshy island with a solitary stone structure.
Cool.
The tower is old, battered, decrepit. Collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon, spattered with dry mud.
Do we recognize the wagon?
Go and make a perception check.
Can I assist the doc with that?
Sure. It'll be 2 separate checks.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say like guide.
Oh,
guidance, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
add it, so D20 out of
That's
D4.
no. Yeah, it's not gonna be great either way, but let's find out. 7.
7.
Yeah.
At this distance,
9.
it's caked in mud.
Can I try?
With your super perception skills.
Yeah.
And stuff.
As the group's scout.
You'll just get a straight roll.
No problem.
I'm still cooling down.
It's
my
perception
hands.
check? Okay. 11.
11. Tough to tell. With the
Yeah.
amount of caked on dirt, long dried mud at this distance, you're not
Okay.
really able to see too
Let's
easily.
keep going. Let's approach the wagon. I want to
We have
approach
to
the
go
wagon.
through the lake, right? There's no way on land to get to the.
No, it's a
tower.
causeway.
Oh,
So
it's a
it's so
causeway.
the lake opens and then you've got a causeway that is a little bit on the marshy side, but it leads about 400 feet out, eventually to the base of the tower, and the wagon you can just barely see is parked in front of the tower.
Does the causeway look as though it depends on the tide being in or out?
It's a lake, so there is no tide.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I've been to islands where they are separated by.
It's a
the sea.
reasonable thing to wonder about.
Can I pop Rick over and get him to take a look at the wagon, see if it's anything we know?
Sure. So you'd be able to pop Rick over. He'd look around a little bit, eventually coming back to you. It doesn't appear to be anything that he recognizes.
Okay. But there's nothing stopping him from getting to that side. Okay, cool.
He's able to fly straight over.
But remember that we might not have recognized that wagon because Rictavio knew how to disguise things, so
That's
he
true.
may have had his wagon disguised.
Do we want to leave the wagon here and walk across?
Our wagon?
I think we should probably bring it with us wherever we go.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't want to be trapped on the island, but I also don't want the wagon to be sitting out here near this forest unattended.
That's fair. Let's
Yeah.
keep
With the
going.
horses. Yeah.
So it gets a little on the marshy side, eventually making your way over the little causeway. Over to the
Anytime
other
the
side.
music changes, I get nervous.
Yeah.
What's the
How fun
theme?
is your adventuring? Like we're just on a road.
Do do
It's the happy
do
music.
do do do. Yeah.
Oh, that music.
Now
Eventually
we're
making your way
thinking
over the
music.
marsh. It is a little bit tough going for the horses, but you are able to get there with no real issues. The causeway is wide enough, 40 feet at any given point, so no real problem getting across.
Okay, so we made it across.
Yeah. Cool.
You eventually pull up. Under layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have fancy gold trim. A brass lantern hangs from each corner of it, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign with the words "Keep Out" scrawled across it.
So we're going in, right?
Okay. Jody, can I pop detect magic and see if anything
You
picks
certainly
up?
can.
Yeah.
The wagon radiates an aura of conjuration magic. The entire
The
wagon.
entire wagon?
Oh, so not Rictavio.
Okay,
That could be Rick.
probably gonna want to
He
just
was illusion.
back off the...
His wagon was an illusionary one.
Okay. Well, do we want to knock on the door, see who's home? Are there windows in the tower?
Windows in the tower.
Yeah.
There are arrow slits in the tower. No windows that you can see.
Okay.
There's just that one large gaping hole where you can see that there were a series of scaffolds that are fairly decrepit at this point. Bowed wood, a lot of it rotten and splintered. And that appears to be about where the third floor might be.
Can I pop Rick up to an arrow slit just to see if you can see anything inside?
Sure. Which floor? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Let's go to 2.
2?
Yeah.
So he kind of
Split the
looks in
difference.
the arrow slits, just looks around, and eventually pops back. The second floor. Whoa, come on. Second floor, dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room. Wooden floor, which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. He does notice that there are 4 iron chains hanging in kind of a square formation that you can see in the center of the room.
Cool.
And there is a fairly large hole in the center of the floor.
Like all the way down?
Correct.
Oh. Cool.
Is there any windows in the wagon or any signs of
There's a
noise?
There's the
Tomb.
tombstone-shaped window with red
Right.
velvet drapes that are closed. There's no real way for you
Closed
to see
on the inside, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can I hear anything coming from the inside of the wagon?
Make a perception check.
Just going to say, let's not touch this.
Yeah, I was gonna
Because-
throw a rock at it.
No, I was just gonna hear it, not.
But just
Goes through
remember
the
when...
window.
I'm sorry, Leaf, to bring this
Ah,
up,
12.
but when you touched a tree...
12.
12.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking rough.
You kind of listen for a second.
I think I learned my lesson.
Get everybody else to quiet themselves and just lean as close as you can without touching it. Doesn't appear to be any sound on the inside.
But there's no. Is there a door on the wagon?
There's a door on the door secured with an iron lock.
Okay.
And a little wooden sign that's hung over the lock that says "Keep Out."
Locked from the outside.
Correct.
Okay. And is there a door to the tower?
That's
Door to
what
the
I was
tower.
gonna ask as well. Yeah.
There is a door to the tower. You're still fairly far away at this point. You notice that it is a dark wood door, but you see that there's kind of like a fairly dark red circle with some symbols that you're a bit too far away to see on it at the moment.
I'm gonna go look at those symbols.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
Alrighty. So the two of you heading up, you eventually get your way to the tower, and you see that Jordy has prepared this week this.
Ooh. Show the camera.
Wait.
Do I recognize that symbol at all?
Make
Is that
make a
something?
general intelligence check.
Is that
boy.
at all similar to what we saw in the prayer grounds?
Make a history check.
Yeah. Do I recognize any of the symbols?
Make a history intelligence check.
15.
15.
Are there any ravens?
8.
8.
Yeah, no.
You're writing just your intelligence.
Oh, thank you. 14.
14. None of you have any idea.
Cool.
This is nothing that you've ever seen before. This is nothing that you really have any idea of what it might be. You just recognize that there's symbols, and there is maybe what's another symbol in the middle.
Does it
Not
seem
sure.
particularly magical? Could I do an Arcana check to...
Detect magic is still active.
Yeah.
This is highly magical. Conjuration and abjuration.
Okay, we're.
Is it at all religious looking?
Oh, actually, I apologize. As you get closer to the tower,
Yeah.
at a distance, that is what you see.
Yeah.
Stepping up closer, getting within 50, 40, 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
your detect magic, which you know has got a couple of minutes left,
Mm-hmm.
wipes. You can no longer see anything in front of you.
Oh, wow.
I think someone wants to make sure we're not casting anything magical, doing anything magical here. Some sort of. Maybe they're against magic. I'd say they're anti-magic.
Well, they said there was a mage that lived out on this lake.
That would make
And
sense.
I'd say
Mad
more.
mage.
It looks like their magic is powerful because they've got these symbols.
Hey, Jordy,
Seems
can I
so
do
cool.
a perception check? In particular, are there two mountains in the or like where we are?
2 mountains.
Yeah.
You've got the map, so you'd be able to see.
Oh, sorry. I mean, just like.
On the other side of the lake
Yeah.
is the base of Mount Baratok.
Okay.
The entire top part of the map really is the base of Mount Baratok. It's
Okay.
a massive mountain
Oh,
range.
okay. Cool.
Oh,
I
I
was
love
trying
it.
to see if there was.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Sure, thank you.
I'll take one. Yeah, thanks.
perfect. No, I'm good.
Oh, man.
No, this is my drink.
Oh, man.
What, our pain?
No, your intrigue.
Yes.
I want to
Nothing's
go
happening.
in.
Quench my thirst. for entertainment.
So
I think we've got to go into the fucking haunted tower. But maybe you could send Rick up to the different windows. You've just heard the second, right?
We could try knocking.
As you get closer, making your way along the edge of the water, following the pathway to the base of the tower, you eventually see through the fog a large iron door with no visible handles or hinges. In the middle of the door is the large embossed symbol, a series of connected series of lines with 8 stick figures set around it. Carved into the lintel above the door are 6 letters that appear to form a word in common.
Daddy.
K-H-A-Z-A-N.
Kazan. Does that name ring any bells?
Did you say K?
Does not.
I thought you said B.
K-H-A.
Buzzer.
Yeah, I was like,
Bazinga.
Bazan? I was like,
Tower.
why are you saying K?
This is not anything that any of you recognize. This is not a word as far as you're aware. At best, maybe a name.
That's what I was thinking. It could be a name.
Or something specific to this world somehow that none of us are familiar with.
Or it could be an anagram.
It could, I was thinking that. Or
Speak
perhaps
friend and enter.
no one has been able to tell us the name of the mage who went up against Strahd.
What if this is the dude?
It's possible.
Do you think we should leave? Is Casimir like in the?
Casimir's staying in the wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted.
He's stepped
Casimir.
out a little bit. He's kind of looked out over the lake and like seen everything around. him.
Yep,
He's kind
fuck this.
of, if it is all right with you, I would prefer to stay inside.
You
Yeah.
should. And
You do you, man.
lock the door. We'll knock. We'll give a special knock so you'll know it's us.
Do you have a lock for me? Do you actually have a lock?
I might actually.
I guess we should have gotten the lock.
Do you
but-
need an immovable
I assume
rod?
we would have been able to get,
Yeah,
like,
we just put a little thing and stick the immovable on.
I assume when
Technically,
they
the rod
outfit
on
it
the
for
inside
us.
of the door, no one could open the door into him.
Does it
Do we wanna
open
give him the
inwards?
rod, though? We might
But-
need him in
Okay.
And then we're just gonna forget
Oh,
it.
you don't open out. Never mind. Yeah, sorry.
Like, it's small.
It's
They would
small, yeah,
not
you're right.
open inward.
I assume they would have
I
put
have
a lock
3
on it when
locks.
they outfitted it
There
for
you go.
us.
So you would have been able to attach a lock to it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
But the lock again is on the outside.
Just don't lose the key.
Is it a key lock?
It's a key lock.
Okay.
So
I
he would
will.
be able to hold the key inside and pop it out to you if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Because there's little slats that you could easily.
We put arrow slits in it so we can
Okay.
shoot from
Or
the
you could
side.
just lock him inside.
Oh,
and
the
take
machine
key with
gun
you.
turret.
Casimir, what would you be more comfortable with? Do you want to keep the key with you, or do you want me to hold the key?
I would rather you hold the key. If anything were to be attacked, I would not have to then find a way to get it to you.
You're very trusting, Casimir.
Alright. And he pops back inside and you lock up the wagon and you have the key on you.
So should I like these Strahd? Or is that how we're gonna play this?
I don't think.
We're gonna turn into Rictavio, and then it's kind of one of those like that Spider-Man meme if he's in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's you.
Can I pop Rick up to the 3rd floor, see if he can see anything?
You can. So hopping up to the 3rd floor, there is that large open.
Yeah,
gap
I just wanted to take a
inside.
peek in there.
So looking at the side of the 3rd floor, time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall that he's looking through, and slimy black mildew on the stone in every direction. The wooden floor is completely rotted, and only a few warped planks remain.
Cool.
Same thing, you see those same iron chains that are going up to what looks like a 4th floor, which is a fairly flush bottom.
Okay, and there's like nothing on the 4th floor that we can peek in.
Correct. No arrow slits, no nothing.
Okay. Any windows on the 1st floor he can peek in?
Yep.
Okay.
Looking in the 1st floor,
Yeah.
flagstone floor is strewn with debris. A few old crates stand near the east wall. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that
I
stretch
get
up a similarly sized hole in the rotten wooden ceiling. Standing next to the chains, seemingly holding them in place, are 4 tall clay statues.
Let's fight those.
I'm in. Yeah, let's go.
Well,
Well, I mean,
is
I
there
can
any?
do nothing here, but I'll give you more.
Is it worth? Can we walk around the tower at all? Is there
Yeah,
anything?
you can walk around the tower. You can see that there's the very rotten scaffolding. It might support someone's weight, but you don't know for sure.
And is there any other hidden windows or entrances? Can we?
Sure,
See.
make a perception check.
Ooh, rainbow dye.
I love the dice.
That is a 18.
18. Looking around, you see the arrow slits, you see the scaffolding, you see the door. The only ways in that you can see are the front door and that giant gaping hole on the 3rd floor.
I just want to.
Is there? Sorry.
Oh, I just
Doctor.
want to try something real quick.
Oh.
Can I just try and pop an Eldritch Blast out over the water?
Sure. You conjure the magic as you normally do, and you can feel everything come to you, and you go to generate the orb, and nothing comes.
Okay,
Fuck,
that's
we're
what I
gonna
thought.
be useless here.
Well, I mean, I will be.
Suit yourself.
What about is your magic still active at all?
I'll try and.
It might be a different type than the doctor's.
I'll just if there's like a twig or something, I'll just snap it and try and mend it back together.
Summoning, mending, holding the twig leaves in your or the twig parts in your hand, and trying to get them to come together. Nothing comes.
Yeah, this one doesn't look like it's.
Has anyone thought about knocking on the door?
Does
Or-
wait.
Allura, you also, with this, reach for your sword, and the rapier blade is metal.
It's
This is so
melted.
It is
cool.
no longer
Okay.
blue. It is no longer enchanted.
We gotta figure out how to get one of these.
Is it?
Whatever's doing.
Can I want to see if I can Misty Step. So I'm just gonna move from one side of where we are to the other side and see if that
Look like
works.
one of the red
Sure.
ones.
You go to do that. Mark off the spell slot,
Oh,
So
Misty
it's for
Step's
everyone,
not a
hey?
spell slot. Is
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it is.
and it is.
oh bollocks.
So you mark off the spell slot, and you do not move.
Hope you're alright over there.
I'm gonna, just for this argument's sake, I'm gonna try and summon my lights. Dancing lights cantrip.
You hold
Nothing.
your hand out. Nothing happens.
Well, we're screwed.
Pretty
Let's
sure
go.
that you
Okay,
can't do any
everyone.
magic at all.
Everyone, how many healing potions do we have that we can spread out amongst the group?
Good question.
I still have a gingerbread.
I have one healing
Singular.
potion.
I've got a greater potion, a normal potion.
I've got
and
one potion.
Some
All of
rations
you
that
pulling
don't
out
heal.
your healing potions.
Oh.
Notice that they are clear liquid.
Oh
What
no!
about my gingerbread?
Your gingerbread
Is gingerbread.
appears to be gingerbread.
It's not magic.
It's not magic gingerbread. Okay, well that's fine.
Still tastes
Let's just
nice.
go. Let's go find out who this is. I'm into it.
You want to go in here with
I
no
think
possible healing at all?
I'm going to try diplomacy, Lester.
I think that
Do you even know who's in there?
I will say, because you led Casimir back to the wagon and locked him inside, you would have noticed that there appears to be an aura that eventually, once you passed a certain point, you would feel the cold of your rapier reappear. So there appears to be a perimeter.
like almost like a
Anti-magic.
like a dispel magic that's within
One
a.
might call it.
Potentially, it looks to be about 30 feet away from the tower in any direction.
Can I look at the symbol on the door again? Because I never got a shot.
Spell
Yeah.
slots today.
Pass it around.
That's gonna be great for me.
What's the check?
It's general intelligence check.
It's pretty
I
good.
That ain't much.
Just a finesse
14.
Yeah, I've got a whip.
Totally foreign to you. You see a bunch of stick figures in a line. That's about it.
Guys, I think.
Can we knock?
How do we?
That's what I
How do we
suggested.
feel about this? We were instructed by Rictavio to come here when
Well,
we thought we were worthy.
We don't
Well-
know
If
that
this
it's
is the tower.
here, but it's a good guess.
This is the only
Yeah.
tower that anyone seems to know about
So far.
at all.
We,
So do we think we are worthy?
well, he had Arabelle written down.
And we saved Arabelle.
If that has any connection, then we are worthy in that regard.
Are we worthy without magic? Is that what it could mean?
Ooh.
I'm gonna like flex my whip and be like, I'm alright.
I mean, at this point, if we were to do this, we could seek out other opportunities until we become a bit stronger without the need of magic.
It's true. I mean, we may as well try and see who or what is here.
Can
we
I-
don't know there's something unfriendly.
I knock on the door.
I
Okay.
stepped the fuck away.
So, with all of you being where you were,
Oh god.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I need all of you.
We just get blown into the water.
Into it. I need. Roll a d6 here. Leaf. Hope. Leaf and Less. All of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
Hold. You three at disadvantage.
Who, me?
Yes. Leaf,
Who,
you are
me?
not at disadvantage.
Yes, you.
do I still get my proficiency bonus?
It's fine. We got it. We just get out of the
You get
range
all
of
your
the thing. We're
bonuses
fine.
for this, but you are running a dexterity saving throw.
Well, those were 5s.
These are both tens.
So,
Oh,
6.
6,
11.
11,
12.
12.
21 with my.
What the?
No, I have a really strong dex bonus. Plus, I have a plus. I get +1 to with the cloak for saving throws
3
with
points.
No,
proficiency.
you don't, because the cloak
Oh
is
shit.
magical.
Okay, so it's 20.
Yeah,
Not a nat 20 though.
That's fine. So, you instinctively seeing this, you two are back a little ways. You having chatted with Casimir, making your way back up, and you kind of looking around a little bit. We'll say that this was as you were trying to figure out everything. Les, you wrap your knuckles on the door once, and you go for a second, and as you pull back, you just hear it as a crackle of electrical energy appears out of the door. You, Hope, and Leaf all take
Fucking electrical.
40 10.
7, 14, 15, 17. You all take 17 points of lightning damage. You succeeded and take half, so you take 6 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Ow!
As
With
the
these
door
lightning doors.
bursts out in a series of lightning arcs that crack through you, touching your armor, and then joining and connecting to Leaf's armor and to Hope's armor, and just barely catching on the back end of Leaf's legs as she manages to dodge out of the way.
So don't knock on the door.
Leaf has one of those funny, like, faces, like, fully charred, like, hairs up, like, whoa!
Home Alone.
Yeah.
As
Oh, we're both.
you all take the damage,
Oh, yeah.
you all instinctively back away from the door, and you notice that the lightning creates a field around the exterior of the entire building.
Oh, so
And it continues for a while. It's been, by this point, probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and the lightning is just crackling around the entire exterior of the building.
I don't want to break into this guy's wagon, but we could break into this guy's wagon.
The same thing's gonna happen.
I don't know if
The
that's a
whole-
good idea.
You know, Leaf said that the wagon was
So-
magical.
it's got
Conjuration.
magic.
But the wagon, Leaf said that the wagon only had conjuration magic, and the tower has
Has
conjuration and abjuration.
abjuration.
So they are
Abjuration.
somewhat
Electrocution
different.
is the electrical
Yeah.
shit. This must have something to do with who got hit.
Well, there's 4 figures inside, right?
Yeah, 4 of us got it.
And there was the 4 pulleys and the 4 chain.
And the 4 gods.
This seems like a 4th thing.
And the 4.
Can we stand out of the radius of non-magic things and get healed by somebody?
You all step outside, you all pull out your healing potions. You see that as
Oh,
you're
I'm not
walking
having my
forward.
healing potion.
No,
Yeah.
but as you're
But we-
walking forward, the clear water-like liquid, as you pass through, it rapidly turns back to the familiar bubbling red and gold inside.
Just
you
a
would know that you're
quick
outside of that radius.
question. With considering Cinnamon is celestial, were they still present in the field?
It's a magical spell to summon Cinnamon, but once they're there, they're still a corporeal entity.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you guys want to move on, I don't mind leaving a note.
We could knock on the wagon.
Yeah, let's knock on
Yeah.
stuff.
Let's
Oh,
knock
no,
on
you'll
it,
fucking
not
knock
with
on the
our
wagon.
person.
Yeah.
Is the wagon outside of this field of energy?
It is.
Okay. I'm
What's
gonna
going
pick up a
on?
rock and throw a rock at
Oh
the
my god, I'm getting the
Throw a
fuck
rock
out
at
of
the
here.
wagon.
at the
I'm
wagon.
gonna step
from
far
like
back.
far
does
enough
that.
away.
Just
How
ex-
far are you throwing the
just
rock, and where are you throwing it?
I'm throwing it at the side.
So not the door.
No,
Okay, so just the side.
just the side.
Yeah, where
And-
the purple paint is.
Sure.
Okay, and just enough to tap it, or like really leave a dent.
Just enough to tap and make a sound. Like
Make a
I
sound?
want.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a quick athletics check for me.
That's what I was gonna say. And from
Or actually,
the,
no, sorry. We'll make this just add your dexterity modifier.
20.
20. Okay. So you pick up the rock, you find one that's too heavy. Pick up the right one. Just kind of get it at the right range. Set yourself and just throw the rock, and it just impacts against it and lands on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with the door.
Okay. Coming around to the other side of the door, go and make another throw for me.
That's a natural 1.
Natural 1. You pick up the rock and you just kind of
do one of these.
Clock yourself in the head with it.
and you throw it, and it goes a little long and kind of skitters across the roof, not impacting against the door. But again, nothing really seems to
Okay,
happen.
I'll take one more shot at the door.
By this
Do I need
point,
to-
did you want to heal anybody, or
Who needs healing? Who's got, like,
I
I need
mean,
to heal myself.
I wasn't hurt too badly.
I'm fine.
I'm like I
I
feel
thought the tanks were the ones that were hit too?
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Probably for the
Ranger
best.
dodge.
For the best.
Yeah.
Does someone want to
This
heal
is
me?
just if you
Very
wanted to
hurt.
heal, you can do that. Whatever you.
Yeah, I was just gonna do.
I'll let you do one more. Go ahead and make another attack.
So
Throw
you-
through dex.
So if you can get rid of those, then that would be best.
lesser risk.
15.
15. Picking up the right size rock this time, one a little bit on the heavier side, and aiming dead center on the door. You throw it, and it just impacts against the lock, and you just hear a ting. No impact, no movement of any kind. No change.
I feel like we're fucking with things that we don't understand here.
Yeah, I agree.
By this point, the lightning that surrounds the tower vanishes back inside the door, and the tower is accessible.
Isn't this like
the prayer grounds
the
where
prayer
I was
grounds?
shocked initially.
Hope
and
was
then-
shocked.
That's most of Barovia, though, if we say that we're fucking with stuff we don't understand.
But I think this place has something to do with whatever was happening at the prayer grounds as well, because there was also lightning there, set to go off and to attack whoever
How do we get
pushed open
past
the
it?
door.
Well, it was once it had been used. That was it.
Right. Oh, the demon sigil thing. right?
Ooh, I like those. Maybe let's throw another rock.
We did
in
it
the door.
once, and we can do it again. If someone heals me, I'll do it again. Just you
Help
all back
hurt
away.
themselves getting through that door, and this tower looks to be much more powerful than what we saw at the prayer grounds. Not that I know much about magic, but it's a much more elaborate setup. I wouldn't count the fact that the lightning won't strike again.
Can I
We can
go
try.
around the tower and just look at maybe a back door?
We
Or
did
any
We already
windows?
did this,
No
Kevin.
ground floor doors.
I wasn't listening.
The only the typical S fashion.
Oh,
You're here to hear, folks.
Only two entrances are the main door, no handle, no locks, no hinges, and the third floor hole atop some very sketchy looking scaffolding.
Can I just say I use some of my lay on hands on myself?
Likewise, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you would need to use, you were able to spend
I
that
taught
and heal yourselves
myself up.
accordingly.
Lay those hands.
Les, if you want to go try again, I mean, I'll heal you, but
I think
is that our best idea right now?
You sounded like you were going to say
No,
something, and we
no,
were all
it's
like,
not.
I was just thinking, I was looking at the thing. Leaf, just go and make an intelligence check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any like?
Perhaps an understanding of the challenge rating.
Oh shoot, no, it's a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Would I have any idea? No.
I have slightly more
Already thought about it.
intelligence.
Oh.
You can take a look at the door. Try and make an intelligence check if you like. This will be the last one the group can
Yeah.
make.
Can I have some guidance?
Can we walk? Well, I mean, because
Well,
it's
it'll
magical,
fail,
yeah,
right?
it'll fail.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
I don't know if
You got it. Hey.
That is straight up intelligence. That'll be a 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the door, looking at the symbols that are on it, looking at the symbol in the middle that everyone else believes is a symbol, you're looking at that's just a line. It's just a connected line.
Oh, I know what's happening now.
Oh.
So that's what you know. Looking at the symbols on the door, you register that is
1,
just a
2,
line
3,
that is
4,
connected.
5, 6, 7.
Yep. This is a puzzle tower.
Press the button in succession. Bop it. Move
Twist it.
Twist it.
I regale that it is not a symbol. Sorry, my hiccups are
That's okay.
appalling.
You see that it is a line connecting a series of stick figures with different postures.
you have to strike the poses. You have to vote and
Finally. I can bring my knowledge of JoJo into the game.
finally. We need 8 people then. We only have 7.
We're not worthy enough. We need to get another NPC.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Or
Either
one
that or we do
person
it in
does
sequence.
it in succession.
But it looks like, I mean, the lightning came out. Is this some kind of energy that has to bounce between these people in order for the door to be opened?
The lightning erupted from just the circle. It didn't come out from any one side of it.
Okay.
The circle itself is what had that emanate.
Hold
I
up.
think-
So when Les touched it the first time, it didn't do anything.
No, when Lech touched it, as soon as he touched it and pulled his hand back, the lightning immediately
Oh, okay.
erupted.
Okay.
Pulled the hand back.
So, but if you place your hand on it,
Nothing.
You don't know? Well, no. You rapped against the door, right? So and then and that immediately triggered the lightning.
yeah.
So it wasn't like his hand was there and nothing happened and they pulled it away.
If
Yeah.
you heal me,
Knocking on
I'll
the
go
The
and try
only
something.
thing is that it's not clear which is the starting position and which is the end.
It's true. If you heal me, I'll give it a go.
Anybody know
Then
yoga?
everyone can step far back.
I don't think we should try and be messing with the door. I think we should, if we're going to do anything, we should try this puzzle, but I think that we need 8 people.
Well, we can take it to a vote whether we.
8 seems like a lot of people.
I don't think that it's 8 people. I think it's the succession. It's doing
I think
those
it's a
things in
succession,
order.
but we could try the succession. If it doesn't work, then we know it
Yeah,
is
I
eight
think
people.
that's fair.
Okay, so
Oh, perhaps because the line is where you
Yeah,
start
it's a
and
connecting.
finish.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
thinking. So
the-
this is either the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and this is either the end, which is I'm going to show beginning or end.
Yeah.
It's on you, buddy.
Les,
I've
you
also topped myself up. So.
Unless you want some healing, I will cast Cure Wounds.
Yay.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
Oh no.
No, he's got plenty to add on top as well.
You got sorry, that is.
I don't suppose this is like a clock.
Got 9 points of healing.
You meant to
That's so low.
Still better than nothing.
Alright, you heal 9 points outside of the aura.
Yeah, outside the
And then eventually get yourself back in.
Yeah, let's try
Okay,
this thing.
do you want to try from the beginnings this stance, Les, or do you want to start from this stance?
I think up here, for some reason.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
11
Oh,
o'clock.
boy.
So I'm gonna walk up.
Don't
Okay.
touch it though. Just
What? How am I? 11.
Just do the dance.
follow the movements.
Yeah,
on
do the
that.
dance, Les. We practiced this earlier.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up and do this.
Go ahead and stand up.
Yes.
Here he goes.
I'm gonna,
All right,
I'm gonna
so
go to
who's
the
got the
bathroom and move
phone
out of
for
the
the
can't see me on
Instagram
camera if I
account?
stand.
We're way the hell
Can
over.
Can I do this?
Can you go
Yeah,
further
no,
back?
We'll move that.
Hit the YMCA.
now?
That's perfect. Okay, so
All right.
Yeah.
Young
so
man.
start it off.
Okay,
So what-
hang on. Wait. Let's get this extra
Is this so-
recording.
Can you?
Everybody wants the dinosaur.
All right.
Okay,
Let's
let's.
see it like this.
So you have the door in front of you. You're looking
Yeah.
at the door.
Yeah, looking at the door.
Okay.
And I got this.
Okay.
And then I've got this.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. And then we got this.
Okay.
3, 4 is this.
Okay.
And then 5 is this.
Okay.
And then this.
Okay.
And then is that.
Okay.
And then is that.
And the door separates into 2 pieces and allows you entry. inside.
Everybody does the dinosaur.
There was one very key thing there that you did correctly, which is that you alternated the arms on the opposite one. If you had done both of the same thing,
Got
That
zapped again.
Oh,
that would have been interesting.
So
Yes.
once the door is open,
So-
is the magic still gone, or can we feel the magic?
As the door opens, the magic is
Everybody
still
does
gone.
the dinosaur.
You have none of your spells. All of your items are still non-magical. You look at your potions; they are just clear water. But the door is open. The first floor is available to you. You see that there are the 4 clay statues holding the iron rods. Or sorry, the iron chains. I should say.
Can I stand on? If I were to stand on top of Cinnamon, or someone else to stand on top of Cinnamon, would they be able to reach the next floor without using the pulleys? Like how high are the?
Well, the door is not large enough for Cinnamon to get
Oh, okay.
through. Cinnamon is a large creature. It's 10 foot by 10 foot.
I wasn't sure how big the door was.
Yeah, door is
Fat
5 foot
bottom
square. It's a
girls, you
standard
make
human-sized
the
door.
rock and
Leaf has to kind of
roll
duck
go
under a little to be able to
on.
step inside. But you see that the golem or the clay figures are holding the chains taut,
Oh,
and
okay.
there's pulleys along the floor.
Okay, so I kind of tried a motion for Cinnamon, and Cinnamon's head goes through, and then
Literally
goes.
like head to neck, and then just shoulders are bumping.
And-
into the floor.
Ass
And
is
I'm just
hanging.
kind of like silently like, it's okay, Cinnamon. Wait for me.
And then leaves outside.
Cleanse.
I'll be back.
These lands are too treacherous, even for one so brave as Bill.
So,
Stepping inside, you see the tattered blue curtain with signs of ancient wear that is half drawn to cover a larger expanse inside the tower that you now see before yourselves. The rotten wooden beams supporting the scaffolding, flagstone floor, strewn with debris, a few old crates near the east wall, and you've got that indentation in the floor with the pulleys and the iron chains that the clay figures are holding.
what's in those crates?
I was just thinking that.
Can we
Christ.
check before anyone goes near them?
Fine.
Who wants to do the check?
Oh, you mean
Who's
I
looking
don't.
for traps?
I'll do an
I can do one.
investigation. I'll check those
How many
traps.
crates are there?
I
There's
can.
3 crates.
I can try.
Okay, so I'll let you do one of them and you do another.
I'll do the third
You
one.
do the third one. Go ahead and check for traps.
It's a
Investigation.
investigation. Yeah. Okay.
Can I open the curtain wider? How much daylight is in the room?
Decent amount. The giant hole in the third
Oh.
floor kind of fills the chamber.
Okay,
fairly
cool.
It's a natural skylight.
So, investigation.
6.
6,
8.
8,
11.
11.
I also
you guys?
None of the crates appear trapped. All of them have kind of loose lids. They're not closed in any way. You're just kind of peeking in a little bit and slowly lifting it up, feeling that it's untrapped. You see that they're full of straw, full of hay, maybe some packing material of some kind, but otherwise the contents kind of rifling through appear to be empty.
Is there any kind of ruins around us, like anything?
Make a perception check.
Can I assist with that?
Sure.
Did we
Well,
go
it'll be a
back?
separate check.
Okay.
Did we go back to Carl's place and actually do the trade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, Les did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it
Okay.
the night before.
Okay.
Investigation's already on.
Oh, is that
perception.
top? Would
Perception.
you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
16.
16.
Ooh, that is an unnatural 20.
Nice.
The rainbow dice does like me.
No runes, no magic that you can see on the inside at all.
So this thing, it's presumably a platform. It seems like it's being hiked up by chains, if I'm reading this correctly. Does it look like it's there, or is there just an indentation where
There's an indentation in the floor where
Yeah.
you could imagine a platform would fit.
Okay.
Kind of looking up at the ceiling at this distance now, 40 feet up or so, you can see that it is a fairly smooth floor on the 4th floor, but there is cracks that you can see where the platform appears to probably be on the 4th floor currently.
Do you think there's some kind of way we can get the pulley down here with the clay?
I think, I mean, this is just pure speculation, but it feels like those golems are. I heard Jordy say golem earlier, so I'm playing off of
Golem statue, it's all
Statues.
the same thing.
Gargoyle.
The clay
Gargoyle.
figures.
The clay figures seem to be
Gargoyle.
holding it in place.
We have to find
I-
a way to make the platform move. It's another puzzle, probably.
I would recommend we do that. We seem to be doing this. I would say let us not draw weapons unless absolutely necessary.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in super chill.
Do you think it could be? I heard of a tale of a creature brought back to life through lightning in a tower. Frankenstein.
Yes.
Do you think?
Frankenstein's monster.
Yes. Do you think this could also be something
The
like
big
that? I
fucking
believe there
nerd
was a
Frankenstein
pulley
himself.
involved.
You mean he was a zombie?
Well, he wasn't made of clay, it was rocky, but either
Well, I
way.
think when we
Well,
were
it's
told
not
of
rock.
the potential
It's a rock lobster.
Mad Mage by the Vistani people, the story that was told, he used lightning. His magic was lightning.
That's right.
I
Well,
wonder
then
if this
let's-
is some conduit for that.
It does seem like that. Let's maybe check out these clay dudes and see if we can't get that platform down
Like
here.
an Arcana check from a distance.
It's up to you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think we should look at the clay figures.
Yeah.
Check the clay
Just look a little
figures.
close. Look a little more closely at them. Do they have like any kind of expressions, or what? Like, do they have limbs? Are they?
We had to dance
Don't
to get in
like-
here.
Knock on them.
I am not going to touch them.
The
I'm just
figures
examining
are
them.
fairly rotund. They've got kind of squat legs that you can see are kind of in a squat position.
I'm going
The
big
arms
hero
are
6 on
crossed
this
directly
one.
in front of them. You can see kind of loose, odd fingers gripping those chains very tightly. Faces are staring straight forward, eyes open, and mouth closed. But you can see that there is a slight line where a mouth might be.
Spooky.
And there's no pulleys or anything in the room?
There's pulleys on the floor that the chains are all attached to.
Oh.
There's 2 chains and they're holding onto one side of it.
Oh, let's use those pulleys.
To pull down the platform.
Yeah.
Do we trust it? Just go
Gonna
for
have to
it.
find out, I
I
guess.
mean, we were able to make it inside. No
After
point
last
in.
Can I
Fun
just make
little
a
dance.
general at a distance an Arcana check to see if there's any sort of like weirdness going on with these places?
Sure, go for it. Make an Arcana check.
Could I climb up the chain?
Oh my gosh.
12.
12.
We should do that.
There doesn't appear to be anything magical at first glance. Looking around, trying to find any runes or anything. Les, as you reach out for the chain and
Yep.
you kind of place your hand on it, you begin to pull a little bit and start to hoist yourself up. You just hear in unison, "Floor!"
Oh, it's an elevator.
Did everyone else hear that? Or is that just me?
No, we
Oh, we all
This
heard
goes
it.
around the chamber, appearing to emanate from all 4 of the golems.
Up!
Let's go. Oh, look at him looking.
Are we floor 1?
We're on floor
The
one.
puppy and our next door neighbor
to floor
looking
four.
at us.
Let's go.
Oh.
What's his name?
We have a puppy named Roscoe who lives next to us,
Oh,
and we are all looking at him right
I thought
now.
you said Rothko.
Rothko.
Is
His
it
name
Rothko?
Is Rothko, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Roscoe.
No.
Yeah, he's
Roscoe.
Is he a shepherd? Or a
He's
collie?
It's like a bird.
Or a collie?
We like to stop this game of D&D to talk to a
There's
puppy.
a dog outside.
I feel that you'll all understand that we had to
fourth
stop
floor?
and look at the puppy out the window.
Full faith, I will talk to a dog before I will talk to a
First
person.
floor?
Yeah, straight up.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
4.
I speak with animals. No.
So
No,
I
first,
said
want the
we need to
platform
bring
to
it
come
down.
down.
It's at
Oh.
floor right now.
down?
No.
It's just gonna keep
And
going.
the chain begins to descend to the 3rd floor.
Maybe
and
you
then
should
they-
get off the chain before the.
Yeah, get out of my way so it doesn't.
We all might want to not be under the thing.
You're the only one underneath.
Yeah.
What?
We're all just standing outside. Oh, God.
Slowly back away. Down to the bottom.
As the chains begin to descend and the platform slowly descends and then into the base floor. The platform is only 5 by 5. It looks like it can maybe fit 2 people at a time.
Alright.
Can I go up to the
Let's have a
statue and say,
character
high
moment
five? Alright.
So which are we taking this in turns?
Seems like it.
I'm happy to go up first because I've got good eyesight in the dark.
I
here.
will go up with you to protect you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got nothing if we get up there, so I'm gonna.
I know
Carry
that's
up
the
the
thing is
lead.
those of us who have skills that don't rely on magic should probably try and.
I'll go up second.
I've
then.
definitely got that in spades.
Okay.
Then
So
leave you
we're
and I'll
pulling
follow up.
up the
Follow up the
You two
lead.
heading up first? Okay, so you step onto the platform. It is a tight fit. You kind of have to hold on to each other a little and hold on to the sides. The statues
I
are
have my shield as well,
You-
just in
you
front
ready?
of us both.
Are you both ready?
We're ready. I got my bow.
Up, and away! Really fast.
No.
No.
4th floor, please.
Should we try the floor?
and the chains start to go, and it's a rickety ride, right? The hand over hand of this, you're kind of turning a little bit and then kind of back to the middle.
Oh, this is
It definitely takes a little bit of holding on, but eventually you kind of get used to it.
Like a
little
game
bit.
of Mario
Can
Party.
I grab
Use
onto the
Zogam
chain
parts.
underneath and ride it up? Like underneath?
Underneath.
Like
Sure.
grab onto the chain
Sure. Yeah. you can
underneath
hold on
and
to
ride it up.
and
I'd
ride
like
it
to
up.
ride it up to the 3rd floor.
So riding it up, the 2nd floor you've got a couple of places that you can step onto. The 3rd floor basically has nothing.
I will do the 2nd floor.
Yeah, there you go. So, you two, making your way up to the 4th floor. Unlike the levels below, as the platform ascends, eventually becoming flush with the floor, this room shows signs of recent habitation, general upkeep. Although the place still reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts. Cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through no source. There just appears to be a general aura of light that is emanating from the inside of the top of the tower.
Can I tell, sort of, with the amount of dust that's around, how recently it was, like, has had somebody in it?
There is basically no dust.
So someone's still
oh.
currently living here.
Can we?
Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor next to a closed wooden chest.
Oh, those are good.
Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow managed to remain intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform.
Perhaps we should step off the platform and send it back down.
I agree.
Okay, so stepping off the platform.
Down.
Damn.
It goes down to the 3rd floor.
Thank you.
Ground floor.
I would have just done a quick survey of the 2nd floor.
There is nothing on the 2nd floor. A few arrow slits, broken boards. You're very carefully,
It's in like a
luckily with
Firewatch
as
tower.
light as you are, jumping from beam to beam,
Yeah.
unable
It's a
to,
nice breeze.
I'm sorry, not causing any disruption, but you do manage to hop onto the elevator as it
Okay.
makes its way down to the ground floor again. So, you two up on the 4th floor, kind of very gingerly stepping on the floor. It appears fairly well intact,
Can we
probably
be, like,
repaired
back to back.
in comparison.
Just being really
Back
cautious.
to back. Diddle-doo. Diddle-doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Lethal
So,
weapon style.
You've seen everything in the room.
Yeah, sorry, there was
chest, there's
chest.
a suit of armor,
armor.
there's bed, desk, chair. There is.
Someone's in the suit of armor. Just
That's it.
I'm getting on the elevator.
I'd like to look at the desk and see if there's anything, any documents or what have you. books?
Looking on the desk, inside
it
the
was less than
drawers,
I
there
did.
is
Oh,
blank pieces
I'm
of
getting
parchment,
impatient.
quills,
Right,
ink,
because I thought you guys were.
nothing written down
Does it-
at all.
Seems like it.
Does it look as though there's been some kind of magic on the
I think
paper?
so.
Is it like any hidden messages on the paper? There's like in
Make a perception
Yeah,
check.
seems like it.
Mm-hmm. Or any of the papers that have
Kazan.
dents to indicate something
The
was
movie
written over
with
top.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I think the next
18.
of us would be heading up.
18.
Are you already up there?
Nothing that you can see.
No, I was just on the second floor.
So next group that's heading up. Who are the next two?
I think that we said Les and I were
Let's see.
next.
Okay, so you two are staying down for now. So fourth floor. The golems slowly allowing the elevator to ascend. At this point, with you two stepping out onto the floor, you can start to feel that the floorboards are creaking a little bit under the weight of 4 people. You're kind of spreading out a little as best you can, but you're not quite sure how much this would be able to support.
Perhaps, who's the heaviest among us? Perhaps they should
Me.
stay on the platform.
Yeah, the
Oh.
person.
No,
the,
upstairs.
So
Upstairs.
the giant person wearing armor.
Yeah, probably less.
the head.
Less
Zombie.
maybe stand on the
Half
platform
tongue.
rather than on the floorboards just for
I
now.
think that would be less.
Let's
Leaf.
hope.
No, it would be.
So you,
Oh,
aren't you
you're
two,
not up there.
You two were up
No,
there,
you
yeah.
two were
Right,
down
right.
on the ground
Yeah.
floor still.
So that would be less.
Would it be Les? Heaviest person is Les?
Currently, the heaviest person up there would be Hope.
Hope.
I have
Me?
mithril. I'm
Yeah.
super light.
that's
Mithril
right.
armor is much lighter than the.
So Hope perhaps
the chainmail
stand on the
using.
But I'm only
platform.
little.
Just weak.
Okay.
Just
You've
to
also
take.
got the giant shield, the
Oh,
giant
that's
long
true.
sword.
Got all these giant anime boys. I'll put these away.
What do you mean I'm the heaviest?
I just.
Everyone's got like a million crossbows and bolts and shit.
I want to get up there and take a look around.
Alright.
Well,
So Hope standing on the center
If I wanna rip
platform.
up there, I can
if
just, like,
you
pick it
don't
back
need
up.
me, I can perhaps let
Don't do that.
someone else have a look.
It seems okay.
If you want to just put
Seems
it
that there's
down.
somebody living here, but currently there's no one that we can see. But I'd suggest we treat the space with respect.
I agree.
I don't think we need to be looking and I've looked the desk over, but I don't think we should try and rummage through this person's things. Honestly,
I agree.
Wow.
I think that this is likely Rictavio.
Should we perhaps leave a note ourselves?
Vampires
Just like
are here.
Arabelle on it.
Because
Yeah.
if it was
Arabelle.
Rictavio, then he can perhaps come
How
see us.
could
Because
we-
as well, we don't know if his magic is affected by this place or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll pull out like a piece of parchment, and we came to find you. We think we are worthy, and that's it.
The daddies.
Yeah, Dragon
vampires.
DP.
I'd like to examine the Armor?
DW
as well and look it over.
Patty wig.
If there's any symbols or patterns or anything about it that seems interesting or suspicious.
So the armor appears to be on a stand of some kind, loosely fitted underneath the elbows. It appears to be fully connected. It is full plate mail, full helmet, gloves, gauntlets, boots, leggings, everything. And it's just standing next to that chest.
Does it have any symbols or anything? No paylor?
Not that you can see. It appears to be fully blank of any kind of symbols, just the shining silver.
So you just want to flap his Rick Agra of the chest.
It's gonna sound a weird question, but like,
Yeah.
is the helmet? Does it have it? Is it down? Okay.
Like
I'm
the
gonna lift
visor.
up the visor and see inside.
Lift up the visor. Okay. So right now, lifting up the
It's
visor,
Rick
you
Taylor.
touch against the helmet and you begin to lift it up. As you do,
Fuck.
looking inside, you see nothing inside the helmet, and then where the eyes would be of a person who would be wearing it, they just begin to glow.
There's nothing.
Oh
Red.
no!
I need you 4 up top to roll initiative.
Oh!
Yeah, we're just on.
Actually, you 2 at the bottom as well. We're gonna go jump into a fight scene here.
Shit!
Oh,
Sorry,
Yeah.
y'all. I
Start
should have
coming.
checked it. But I guess there's nothing we would have known.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew
Well,
that was
you could've,
totally
yeah.
100% that was gonna kill us. 100%.
I thought
If it wasn't the
Nat
play
20.
figures.
I thought they were gonna kill us, the clay people.
Oh boy.
Well,
gonna
we're
find
not
out.
out
I
of
know
this
it-
fucking shit yet.
I know it's only
I'm
been
gonna
a
fuck out of this
hot
tower.
second
There's
since
nothing
we
I
did
can
this.
do.
I got
No,
my whip.
it's just for initiative. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So you're
Wapa.
18.
Whoop!
Yeah.
You mean? That's what I
Whoa.
said.
Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Suit of armor.
We're
tree.
fine down here.
chest
far.
of things.
So we think.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I guess we're looting this
Sparkly
guy's place.
wagon.
Are you in there, little knight? Oh God!
Unless the person is.
I was really hoping it was just you open it up and where there's eyes, there's nothing because it's an empty suit of armor.
I was hoping it was going to be like,
Rictavia, just
yeah,
wearing armor.
just, you know, like in disguise.
Yeah.
You should
As
have
a
knocked
stunt.
first.
Like the master of disguise.
I was just like,
Like Dana Carvey film.
25 to 20, everybody.
well, I'm 28 actually. I rolled a natural 20 and
Oh!
my initiative's 8.
Okay.
You gotta shout that. Shout that.
Yeah.
Nat 20, what up?
20 to 15.
17.
18.
17 also.
Okay.
15.
Oh, dang. That's good. Just gonna
High
wreck that
initiative,
thing.
high
and we're good.
rolls.
Oh, I don't-
Is it just the one
Yeah,
suit of
yours
armor that
is-
went alive?
So far.
12.
Yeah,
That's all that we
yours is 12.
see currently, I think.
Lee?
14.
14.
So what's that?
Wow.
My ball.
17.
You all move before the armor does.
Oh, let's fuck him up.
Leaf, up first, you begin to see the eyes glowing red and the arms beginning to move and lift itself off of the standing metal rack, drawing back with just fists, no weapons
Oh,
of any
okay.
kind.
Leaf, don't
What are you
say
doing?
that.
Okay, can I pull back from it? Does it get an attack of opportunity if I...
You don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and quickly dart back away from the armor.
Okay, it's going to go ahead and make a strike against you with a fist. That is going to be a 9 to hit.
Dumbass.
No.
Okay. So stepping back away, you can see, you hear the whoosh as the
Yeah.
fist goes through the air, but
Seriously?
impacting against nothing. It appears to be moving a little on the slow side.
Okay, and I'm going to take advantage of my Dread Ambusher trait so I can make 3 attacks against it with my first roll.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Yeah. With a 1d8 extra damage for my first attack.
Correct.
Okay. I had my bow out
So Doc,
already,
you're
so I'm going to fire at it.
Well, you know, when you grow up in the streets of that
That's blocked.
Like we can work this out. We'll
Okay.
run a bit. Actually, no.
Am I
Just
rolling
subtly
again?
rolling so goddamn
Yeah.
high all the time.
That's going to be 20.
Just hear the shit creaking. It's like,
Plus 9 minus... No, wait. 17 plus 9. Somebody help.
26.
Thank you. 26 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, okay, great. So 1d8 plus 4 plus an extra d8.
It's the last 10 minutes.
Plus an extra d8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2d.
It's like an extra d8, 1d8 extra damage for my first attack with Dread Ambusher.
In addition to the third attack?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can look up Gloomstalker if you want, but
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
sweet...
Seems like the thing that Hunter was missing, or Ranger was missing from
Yeah.
core. Yeah, go for it. So 2d8 plus 4?
14.
14? Okay.
Nice.
Good to know. Alright, second attack.
21.
21 hits. Roll damage.
Great. Oh, that doesn't go there.
Yeah, I shivered.
That's great. 6. So that's going to be 12. No, sorry, 10.
10. Okay. Last attack.
Yeah, rainbow dice.
Yeah. That's going to be 11.
11 misses.
Yeah.
So the 2 strikes, the first one impacting, kind of denting in the armor on the side of the face and pulling it across, kind of covering up one of the eyes. Second attack piercing straight through and your arrow just sticking out of the center of it. The third one impacts but shatters off against the armor and goes just wide as it begins to advance towards you. That's going to be your 3 attacks. Alrighty. Next up we're going to come to Hope. You standing on the center pillar, the armor starting to move. You can feel that this weight of the floor is starting to creak a little bit under its weight. What are you doing?
I'm gonna call out. Les, have you got the immovable rod?
I sure do.
I'm going to try and keep it to one place. If you could then use the rod to keep it against the wall, because this floor might come down on those guys downstairs.
We're having a great time.
I mean, you want me to stab it with it? Like, in the wall? Or stab it on the floor?
It's not your turn. What are you doing?
So all I can do is shout at.
You can tell someone to do something, or you can do something.
Maybe you can grab the... Can they grab the rod from Les?
Is
You
that
just have
It's-
it like
it's-
on your belt? Or?
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it can't just hang on your belt. It doesn't have a way to hang. It has to be stowed somewhere.
Yeah.
It takes an action to remove it from there. You
Oh,
would
I've
know
seen
where it
this.
is,
It's
but it's an
very
action to remove
Yeah.
it.
I have like a pouch.
Well, it's a long rod.
Oh,
It
right,
doesn't
it's
fit
long.
in a pouch. It has to be in a bag.
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be like on a satchel of mine. So.
Exactly.
So if I were to withdraw it on Les's behalf, could Les then take it off my hands, or would that then be an action?
To give her the
Well,
rod.
you're using the action to remove it from Les's bag and hold it out. And then it would be a bonus action for Les to grab that from you and interact with object, and then have an action to do something else with it if you wanted.
Could I toss them the rod?
No,
It's not
you
your
can't do
turn.
anything.
No,
It is your turn. What are you doing?
But they can't call to Les to tell them what to do.
You can call to Les to tell them what to do, but that's your action to do that.
So they can't attack it also if they do that. Okay.
Okay.
If you're instructing someone on what else to do, it's an action to instruct them because of the amount of time it takes to do it.
Right. Gotcha.
Cool. So Les, I think you should use the immovable rod and get them against this platform surface so that the armor can't get off it. Because if it keeps walking across, I think we might all go down.
All right.
Or try to keep it in place where it is. We all move first.
Can't say
Sorry.
anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's going to be your action. Are you moving at all? Are you staying on the center platform?
Get out of, like, in
Use the
case shit
Strahd when
falls,
we
just
don't
like,
necessarily need
Oh,
to.
yeah,
We just need to get down.
walk out. They're fine.
I think,
Do you want to send them? Alright.
Yeah, no, we can't do anything.
yeah, I think,
Just cut the
I'm gonna stay.
Okay, staying still. Alrighty, Doc and Allura simultaneously. Doc, you start to hear shouting and some clanking of armor up from the top floor a little bit. Allura, you're up there. We'll say that you act first, being able to see anything.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
absolutely.
I'm gonna run to the partition where Les is on, or no, Hope is on.
Hope is on the center
Okay.
elevator.
I'm gonna run there and say first floor.
Okay, and then it begins to move as the two of you begin to descend. You're able to make it down one story as part of the movement, just the amount of time that takes.
Wait,
Okay.
is
That's what you've done.
the thing coming with it?
I would let you get a shot off if you wanted to on your way down. If you
Sure.
wanted to shoot it. Go make an attack. It has. It does not have sneak attack actually. But
17.
17 just hits. Roll damage.
Hey.
Waka waka.
No sneak attack.
No sneak attack because nothing else is threatening it.
5.
5. Okay. Good to know. Alrighty. Doctor, we come to you. You start to see the elevator beginning to moving down, and you can see that Hope and Allura are on top of that as Allura just fires, and you hear the twang of a crossbow bolt being shot against some kind of metal up above.
What'd you do?
There's not much you can do from the ground floor.
No,
As
I'm
soon as- just waiting.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna move away from because if we're in the indentation, we're stepping away from the indentation.
Yep, of course. So last one up top. The amount of weight on the ground on the floor of the fourth floor is lessened a bit. You're able to find the beams and make your way over fairly confidently if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush this thing.
Go for it. And, rush in. Make your attacks.
You just dump tackle it from the fourth floor. From the top of the cage, Hell in the Cell style.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a massacre!
That's
My
not good.
God.
To hit,
To hit.
I got a 2.
Okay, so
You
that's
just
gonna
miss
miss.
the thing and go down.
Would it? You,
What's
It's okay. You don't have a plus 15 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Only if you had those gauntlets.
It's not very much better. 8. That was an 8.
Plus-
That was an 8 plus. It's 6, I think. Yeah.
So it's
14.
But is part of that magic?
No, it's just my innate.
one of it is magical from the sphere. From
Oh.
the trident, which you
Right.
have lost that, so it's actually 15. You kind of running up and trying to impact it against it some way. You're trying to find some purchase on the armor, but it's just too slick, and the trident is just impacting and sliding off the sides, unable to deal any damage.
Action surge.
Alrighty, go for it. Make your attacks.
Hey, 14 plus 6.
20.
5.
5.
19 will hit.
Yes.
Go and roll damage.
Oops, sorry.
So I'm gonna use trip attack. Or do I have to just declare it beforehand?
No, you declare it once you hit.
Yeah, so trip attack.
Okay.
So that's
So we're going to roll
D8.
1d6 plus 1d8.
D8.
is 12.
I need a pee, but I can't leave.
I suspect you have time.
I think your turn is
I
a
know,
few
but I
away.
also I'm just
wait
like
2 seconds.
into it.
Les,
6.
how do you want to do this?
There. we go.
Yeah.
You have 4 hit points.
Oh jeez.
I made,
Wasted all that.
I took care of it for you. Don't worry. You can have the
You
kill.
loosened up the Charlie.
I want to like pretend to rush it like with all my might
Well,
with the
you went
trident.
for the trip, so
Yeah.
you pretend to rush it, and at the last second faint low and impact against one of the legs, expecting it to fall forward, kind of onto its face, and instead the whole armor just shatters into pieces. And on the helmet bumps off in a different direction, the arm guards, the breastplate, it all falls just apart onto the ground. Lifeless, motionless, thus ending combat.
Cool.
Fucking sweet.
That was such a waste
around
of
like the
good
floor
stuff.
behind you,
We
like
did it, though.
underneath, like
yeah, good job,
Welcome
you
to
guys.
something that was designed for people to blow abilities on.
Ah.
So what happened up there, guys?
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
So, with that,
Lame.
combat finishes. You kind of like
Wait,
holding,
no,
waiting for your
that was
second
something
attack,
else, though.
expecting it to get up again. Nothing happens. You do notice standing in that close vicinity to where the armor animated itself, having not really been able to move at all, there is a fairly strong scent of lavender coming from inside the chest. It is unlocked. There's just a latch that's closed over on it, and it's something that no one was really smelling before. But now with the movement of everything and the jostling of the chest with the armor getting off, there is a little bit of a scent of lavender coming
Can
out
I
of
check the traps and open it?
You certainly can.
I would also be really interested in seeing
So
what's in there.
you
with
two make
lavender.
your way down. They would yell out.
Botanicals.
It's fine. Come back up.
It smells like lavender, and I don't think that thing was very dangerous.
Leaf, you know anything about lavender?
And then just the
Seems like a fucking wash.
We'll come back down in a second, Leaf and Doctor.
We're just gonna be sharing our rich backstories down there.
you two go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Okay.
Check your traps.
I was like, what
yeah.
a backstory.
I was like, whoa.
12.
12.
Cowboys got
Or sorry,
a backup,
investigation,
like,
right?
it's cool.
Yeah.
12. Doesn't appear to be trapped. It is not locked. It's just latched over.
Okay, I'll open
Okay.
it.
Alrighty, opening the latch, lifting it up. Opening the chest, a strong lavender aroma spills out. Rather nice contrast to the mildew scent of the tower.
Lovely.
Then your eyes focus on the contents. A severed human head.
Oh!
Is it Rictavio? Fuck, wait, no, I'm not there.
The head has a very waxy complexion, like it's been preserved in some way. Female, and the eyes remain shut with the mouth closed and taut.
What does she look like?
Darker skinned, Vistani potentially.
Oops.
Can I whisper, Kazan?
Nothing appears to have any effect.
Shaquille O'Neal shows up.
Hey,
We're so
Kevin, how you
close.
doing?
Had
Does
you done
she
that
look-
30 seconds earlier, the armor would have just fallen apart.
Ah!
Oh, dang.
I wanted to say it earlier, and I was really afraid that would hurt me.
Alrighty, so
Don't worry, Kevin.
Does she
Always
look-
given to your impulses, kids. That is
No, that is terrible.
lesson
wrapped on the
to
door.
be learned.
Dealt 100 points of damage.
In the same
to
room
his
as somebody
body.
who was like, ooh, armor.
So, sorry.
Does she look dead?
Let me look at that.
Like I said, it's kind of waxy, right? Like it doesn't look like it's a head.
It looks
okay.
preserved in some way, magically,
I was gonna say
potentially
shade patch or
embalmed in some way, maybe, but
And also,
definitely dead. I mean, it's a severed head.
Yeah. No, I know.
But-
Is there any signs of like blood or anything, or is it pretty clean?
Fairly clean. It looks well kept.
I mean, we're looting this guy, so I might as well.
You don't know what's up here, though.
Well, I mean, we've heard trouble, and now Les has been like, "It's fine." So
Looking inside the chest as well at the head and kind of the rest of the contents. Inside the chest, you see that there are 3 small glass bottles with a kind of purplish blue hue to them. Fairly substantial, not like the size of an average healing potion, definitely larger than those. And they are stoppered with cork.
We see the color to them.
It's just clear glass bottles, and then you see the liquid of the interior.
Can
And
we
they're not-
compare it to our?
Well, ours are
healing?
clear in here.
Yeah.
Correct. Yours are clear in here.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Special magic one.
I'm nervous about taking anything from this room, honestly, but
Are we
All up
back
there.
up yet?
Oh yeah, you're up top. The oils the bottles are in your hands. No issues at all.
okay.
They definitely don't appear to be healing potions of any kind. Just kind of looking at them and just kind of comparing and lifting the stopper and smelling a little bit. It's the same lavender scent that you smell coming off of the head.
These. Do you think there's some kind of preserving liquid?
I was wondering that. Perhaps what they use to keep this head from decomposing.
That's fucking weird.
I don't really want to take anything from this box, to be honest.
But we don't know what if it prolongs life. Not a healing potion, but...
Well, perhaps, I mean, we can use Les's book to identify them if we really want to, but that seems like a big use of it.
That's true, but perhaps the doctor would better understand what these are, given his background.
So as I was saying down here,
I can go downstairs and allow the doctor to come up in my place.
Or we can just take one of these down and chat. I think we're still it's still pretty rickety up here. I think testing element is like,
it
why
seems
would
like
why
the thing most adventurers
we
are
don't have
down
to?
with.
Begins to move.
I just said the
slightly
word.
down.
Oh, look at that.
Are you still on here on the platform with me, or are you?
Yeah, I haven't moved. I was just standing there, so.
So we've moved down
So you slid down a floor at this point.
What's up, guys?
We're running bits now.
I think they're getting testy downstairs. Do you want to stay up here and I'll go down?
I don't mind going down. I already said we should probably not have everyone up there, so.
So we've taken one of the potion thingies and gone
Don't
down?
steal anything.
I don't think we should take anything out of here before we have the doctor take a look at it, honestly.
I agree with Leaf on that. So I'm going to DOWN if anyone wants to.
Yeah, I'm fine going down.
Alright, level 1 please.
Okay, and then eventually making your way all the way down. Are you taking one of the glass balls with you?
No.
No. Okay. So the two of you eventually get to the bottom, are able to hop off. Doctor hopping on.
What's going on?
We can tell that you want to go have a look upstairs. We found some kind of potion that's keeping its color in this magic.
A potion that keeps its color in this sort of magic.
That was very quirky. A potion that keeps
That was his voice at the start of our game. You don't remember?
Very well. Time
But
to
is this also not easy to, like... Could you not think of a better way of describing it?
Time to sally forth.
I'm just gonna stay down here. Have
Who's
fun.
Sally Forth?
Don't steal anything.
I'm going to stay down here now. Please don't
I'll let
fuck
you
this
know.
up further.
Excuse you.
Then what
Fourth
we
floor.
did. Then what we did.
And I'm gonna be glaring daggers.
Begin to ascend. As you eventually make your way up to the 4th floor and you see the armor that's now scattered across the ground, the bed, the desk, the stove, and a severed head.
Cool.
A severed head.
A severed head. Can I tell? Is there any signs of anything like medically what happened to her?
Sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Okay.
Medically, she died.
Got her head
Cocked.
Her head was severed
There,
from her
okay.
body.
15.
15. Looking at the head, it's been preserved. It's a little bit tough to tell what the cause of death might be, but given the scarring and the rather clean precision cuts, this appears to be something done post-mortem.
Okay. Okay, interesting. The potions.
Yep.
Do I have any?
Medicine check on that.
Okay. 13.
13. They are non-magical.
Okay.
They are essentially embalming oils.
Okay.
Perfumed, scented, allowing for a decaying body, person, ligament to not smell and to prevent further rapid decay.
Okay.
So if someone were to have a massive necrotic gash, for instance, this would be something that could be applied to prevent that from spreading.
Okay. I'm gonna close
No
up.
real magical effect to them, but if someone were dying or if they had lost a limb, you could potentially use it to
Okay.
cover them.
I'm gonna close up the chest.
Okay.
You said there's a desk in the room.
Correct.
Any papers or anything on it?
I already examined
All
it.
blank papers, quill,
Except
ink.
for the note that I left.
Now the note that Allura has left.
There's a note up there.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing in the drawers.
Okay.
I have a question. Sorry. Did the severed head, the features, did it look at all like, what's her name? Arabelle?
Did it look like Arabelle?
Yeah, did it like have a family resemblance?
It did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Yeah, anything under the bed?
Under the bed,
Take a little peek.
looking around, trying to find anything else. The odd thing is, it appears simultaneously lived in and vacant. Something lives here, but there are no traces of what lives here, no clothing of any kind. It's just in very good condition, and there's currently no one here. And nothing here.
Hey Doc, what's up there? Or maybe I'll turn to help you. What was up there?
It looked like somebody was living there, but there was no one there. It's almost as if they were invisible or something.
Is there anything else up there, like
Body parts or something?
parts?
Well, we
What's
got
up,
attacked by a suit of armor, and there was a severed head with some kind of vials of something that the doctor was going to look at.
Okay, if I was gonna extrapolate here, maybe the person who lives here, that's someone they know. They want to keep them around. I don't know.
That adds up. Are there any pieces of the suit of armor remaining?
Yeah, all the pieces of the armor are scattered across the floor. You've got each individual piece now is by itself, nothing joining them in any fashion.
Okay. Except like the chest plate's blasted out, right?
Nope, the helmet is kind of caved over a little bit from the arrow that Elise fired. And then,
Pew.
yeah, a couple of arrow holes, and
Bang,
then
bang.
just the one boot that is kind of broken over.
So
from
it's just
when
like
Leslie
a
Baxter
nice
used it.
suit of plate armor.
Nice suit of plate armor, moderately sized for a human.
Okay, I'm gonna shove it into the bag of holding.
Okay. It weighs close to 100 pounds, so I don't know what the contents of your bag of holding are right now.
I have the sheet. I just don't know where it is. It was
I'm
not
pretty
on
sure
it.
it'll do.
I
Yeah, it can hold up to 500 pounds.
Yep.
I can't wait to
with
see.
everything else that's already in there.
It's gonna be over here somewhere.
I think all that's in there is some gold and a crossbow.
There's actually like.
I was gonna
quite
say
a
I
lot
can't
in
wait
there
to
now.
see what the puppy looks like that we put in there a couple weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Someone want to check on your
don't
puppy?
even joke.
Bad news.
Oh.
I mean, I guess it's pocket dimension, so it's got
We'll
hair.
say for now that you're able to put it in
Okay.
there. We just may end up having to
That's fine. I literally just want to bring it back
redact
down.
that later.
I just want to bring it back down so
Yep,
we
you
can
can do that
pick
easily
through it.
enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna instead of putting it in the bag of holding, I'm gonna put it onto the onto the center plate.
Okay.
Is anybody up there with me right now?
I'm still there.
Okay.
Yep.
leave.
And so
Elise
is
and
Les.
Les are still
Okay.
up there. Just try and find it when you can.
I'm gonna take this bad boy back down and see if it doesn't fit any of our guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to. This place gives me the creeps.
Bringing it down, trying to find somebody that it would fit onto. Allura it would fit onto. Elif it would fit onto.
I don't really
The
know.
rest of you,
Casimir?
no real chance. Casimir, potentially.
Keep him alive in a big suit on.
That's true.
But for the most part, given the current party, it's not really something that anyone would really
Not
be able
something
to wear
we really
effectively,
use.
I don't know
But
if
we
we
could
need to
sell
take
it.
theoretically.
So what's our next move here? We've come here. There's a dead suit of armor and a moving floor.
But what if whoever lives in this tower is somebody that we want to have on our side?
I think it is.
So I don't think we should take their
Just
armor.
stole their shit.
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
that's fair. We can
Maybe
leave
put
the
it up
armor.
there and send it
We'll
up.
we'll put the armor on the center thing and leave it there.
Okay.
I think we should, and I just say like, up to the 4th floor. I think we should leave this place as we found it, well, as much as we can. Obviously, we've disturbed it, but the platform was up at the top when we arrived.
Yeah.
And preventing anybody else from finding their way inside.
That's fair. And maybe we loot the wagon. Or see what's in it.
I don't think so.
Fine. Could be treasure.
It's the rest of
Of
the day.
someone that
Hang on, wait,
Not today,
wait.
Satan.
You guys, I've just suddenly thought, I don't think this. I just suddenly thought Henrik's wife was taken. He was a coffin maker. There is a tombstone on the wagon.
Well, tombstone-shaped windows.
Tombstone window. There is embalming liquid. Do you think that
You think this is Henrik's place?
Do you think this could
Somewhere
be
in
Henrik's wife?
It could be his.
Said she was.
No, she
you
was-
described that as
Vistani.
Vistani, right?
Yeah.
Or she looked like she could be Vistani. Not that
She
she
was
was.
Vistani.
But she was, okay.
Yeah, I think
Based on
that
everything you've seen, the darker color skin, the style of hair, everything appears to point to that this was a Vistani woman.
I think that this is something we either haven't discovered before. I think Rictavio could be connected, but I don't think it's actually him that's here. The
No, I don't
magical
think so
sequence doesn't make sense.
Was there any reason we were supposed to come here, take something, meet somebody?
I think we thought Rictavia was going to be here, but turns out we were wrong.
And we wanted to investigate because this is the lake that the Mad Mage supposedly.
The one that fought Strahd.
I think that this is likely that Mad Mage's tower,
Oh, Kazan.
but just dilapidated.
Shaquille O'Neal himself.
I think it makes sense.
Okay.
But I think we've seen all we can
Okay.
see here, except unless we want to go into the wagon.
And there were no other suits of armor around. It was just the one.
I kind of want to go into the wagon.
Everything
personally.
inside the tower was completely dilapidated, first, second, and third floor. The only thing that appeared to be in good condition was the fourth floor. You looked at everything there?
And yeah, we all looked in the desks. There was no
Yeah, there was
books
nothing.
or anything in
I think
there.
the stove-
Yeah, and
Yeah, the
we've
stove,
looked
yeah,
at
the
everything.
The stove, desk, bed, and the chest.
We could also crack open the cart. I think that's the
Put
way.
that on the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the car on the way out too.
I think we should leave the cart, you guys.
Let's close the doors behind us.
So closing the doors behind you. As the doors close, the line that separated the two vanishes, and you can hear as if something is electrically powering up again.
That was a waste of time.
Well,
Not necessarily.
I
We left a
found
note
my-
for Kazan. Assuming that's the name. There's also this fancy little wagon out here we could take a
me
look at.
at Van
It's
Richten's tower.
Yeah.
But you might not want to
Barter
knock
was
on it.
scroll. It was a cane and sword seal.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fancy little wagon, though.
Wasn't anything.
No, I don't think it's connected to Rictavio necessarily, unless it's just somewhere that he was going to meet us.
Yes. If this was connected to Rictavio, perhaps this was supposed to be the first clue, or perhaps Rictavio's been and gone, or perhaps something unfortunate
Yeah.
happened to him.
We don't even know this is the right tower.
Whoever's here now knows that we're worthy.
I mean, it's not a bad. Like anyone who has magical powers in this land is a good ally for us.
I agree.
I'm gonna go over to the wagon and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of his way.
Yeah, I'm
We're all
like way
just sitting
back.
on-
If he's heading for that, I'm
You are
like way
heading for the wagon,
back.
no one else is around you at all. You walk over to the
Then
wagon,
a nuclear explosion.
back door, the lock there, keep out.
Unless it's our canary in the coal mine.
No sound, no movement.
Can I yell Kazan? Kazan!
It's no
No
Shazam.
reaction.
The windows are curtained, or there are.
Curtain from the inside.
Can I
Okay.
pick the lock?
Do you have
Do you
these
have-
tools?
Just a big finger.
Didn't think so.
Gross finger.
I have my giant trident.
Which doesn't fit inside a lock. You could try to break the door down if you wanted to.
Two
Sure.
plus.
Oh my god.
No.
Sounds great.
Okay. You trying to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go make a strength check for me.
Can I go to stop him?
Yeah, that's gonna be the no.
16.
16. You go to break the door down. And it's off the ground, so you kind of have to jump up a little to
God
kind of
bless
try
you.
and
Jackie
push it.
Chan fly and kick it.
Good roll damage. Roll a d4 and add your strength mod.
Let's just get sent across the lake. Skipping.
It's good that he can swim.
2 plus strength? Or sorry,
2 plus strength.
yeah, 5.
5. Okay. And you feel the door begin to give. It hasn't broken open completely, but you start to hear of glass shaking on the inside.
Oh, there could be fancies in there.
Fancies.
Les, it's probably more of the embalming liquid. like the doctor found.
Can I see anything in the crease of the
It's
thing?
cracked, but there's still no visible sight through.
There's something shiny in here.
It could be treasure.
Yes, I think we should leave it alone.
I'm
but
fully staying out of this. I've voiced my opinion in the past.
thank you. I'm on
What if? Unlock the door, take a little peeky poo inside like we did with the tower itself and no one got hurt,
It's debatable, but okay.
and then we just close it and lock it back up. See what
Well,
we're
I
dealing
don't
with.
think we can fully close it now. That's been
Try and mend it, but either way.
Yeah, I mean it's outside the magic thingy, so we could mend
And
it.
the windows are blocked, like you can't see
That was
inside.
actually, it might not be.
well. I'm not taking part in this, but if you feel that you have to,
I'm just curious what's inside. It could give us a clue as to who this Kazan is, Shaquille O'Neal or otherwise.
Y'all want me to open the door? Y'all best get me those goggles.
We've
We'll
already
get
made
the
our
goggles.
trade.
Don't worry, we'll find another way. What if there's something in there that we can trade for the goggles?
True.
Oh,
It's true.
I don't think we should be
Damn this
taking stuff from
character.
this though.
Way to appeal to the rogue. What if we steal something from someone else and get the thing that you want? So, what are you doing?
Allura, do you want to
Find
break
some
open
treasure?
this lock? Because it feels like there's lots of breakable things that are expensive inside.
I will open this door for you guys and break this open if you trade the rod for those goggles.
that rod was cool.
Wow, that's an unfair trade.
Cool. Let's go.
Okay.
I can
I'm not
try
even part of
the
this.
door,
Thank you, Alif.
but
Oh,
we
no.
can't take anything
We will
unless
not
there's.
take anything.
And we need to mend the door when we're done.
Absolutely. we
Okay.
will. Thank you.
Wait,
I
is
can
this-
try.
Is this in the?
I don't have the same.
This is outside of the area,
Oh, okay.
so you would be able
I
to
would-
mend the door.
okay, I just want to double check.
Do you want to mend the door?
I think we're gonna open it first and then mend it.
Okay. Alright.
Can I just check for
No,
traps on the
check.
lock before I do this?
Sure. Go for it. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Has anyone seen The Simpsons? The thing where Bart
12.
shakes up the
12.
can? Yeah, this is
That's
what
what
I'm
you're
picturing.
Okay. And what's the roll for picking locks?
In your case, you don't have proficiency, so it'll just be Dex plus whatever your roll is.
Okay.
Goggle gate.
23.
23.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
Thank you, Alif.
You're welcome.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, Alif.
I'm staying out of this one so much.
oh
Opening the
god.
lock.
Fucking being the road with these people.
Lock opens. You're able to remove it from the door. No real issue. Handle is available to you.
I'm not opening that door. I'm stepping back.
Less if you would.
All right. Then I open the door.
Okay.
Check for traps.
No.
Okay. I need a die roller.
I check for traps. Check for traps beforehand.
Oh my
No, you
god.
should check for traps on the lock.
Check for traps on the inside of the door, which you can't do. This is too many dice for me to roll.
Oh!
Good.
Fuck.
Alright, yeah. Where
I wasn't fucking wrong. This is that Simpsons thing.
So you two and you will be in the blast radius. You three were outside of it. You had no
Because
part
I
of
was-
this. You had
yeah,
no
I
part of
was-
this. You had no part of this. You three will be in the blast radius. This is going to be
I can only cast Revivify.
We're basically gods.
so less. As you open the door,
April Fool.
grabbing the handle, pulling the handle down, opening the door inward. You hear a ting, and then look inside to see hundreds of vials of this greenish blue liquid suspended along the interior of the cart, of the wagon. As you do that ting, you trace a wire that's getting run through all of those as the vials begin to drop. All three of you, I need you to make Constitution saving throws.
fuck.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 2.
8.
13.
13.
It's a 4 altogether.
All three of you take 52 points of fire damage.
Oh!
Jesus fuck.
Well, I'm down.
All
So
of you are down.
doctor's out. Leith,
Ouch.
that knocks you
Yeah.
out. Less, that knocks you out.
Yeah.
As the wagon, the three of you standing back, just hear and begin to see the windows shattering outwards and this alchemical fire reaction destroying every piece of the wagon. You are physically blown backwards off of your feet, landing on the ground with the wave of heat and energy emanating from this. Debris, jagged pieces of metal, wood flying in every direction, scattering off onto the lake. You can see burnt pieces of metal,
I regret nothing.
parts of the wagon itself, wheels broken off, as your 3 allies get blown off their feet backwards, and all 3 of them just and begin coughing up blood, all unconscious.
Can we cast Mending on it?
Yeah, I don't think that was coming back.
Oh my god.
Feel there's a as like Les is flying over. Feel there's a lesson here.
So,
April Fool!
with the 3 of you unconscious
me.
currently,
Oh god.
what are the other 3?
They're in a fire right now, right?
No, it was an
Oh,
explosion.
okay, so they're not like constantly taking.
Correct. The wagon is still on fire a little bit. It's got patches of it that are burning across the ground.
Does it appear that could be any secondary or third explosions?
There is nothing left. The wagon is gone.
I love this game.
I need all 3 of you to roll 1 death saving throw for me, please. What are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm
gonna do
yeah, we're
lay on hands on everyone,
Yeah,
and then I can
gonna
get them
try
back
and-
to
It's a D6,
conscious.
right?
run to everyone.
D20. If you've got a lay on
Alright.
hands and everything else,
Yeah, if we
we'll
can.
forego this.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
They're
so
running over to you all
yeah,
right now.
so
They're
I'm
ready to
gonna
go.
I haven't got a lot, so all I'm gonna do is give you lay on hands, and each of you are gonna get a little bit of healing, so you're each getting 5 hit points
dope.
worth of healing. So it stops you from being unconscious, but also that's me entirely tapped out.
Yeah.
for
So
this day.
good.
Okay.
Also, that like 5 hit points is literally me just going. Buzz. It's not a number. It's more so like you're breathing alive.
As all of you come to consciousness again, with hope over each of you putting their divine power and divine healing into you, a large plume of smoke has come up from this wagon, and you begin to hear from around the other sides of the lake.
Well, back in the wagon, guys.
And coming out from the road, you all turn to the sound of horse hooves on the ground. And a single solitary rider, woman,
Oh, okay.
human, riding the horse, comes out, surveys the wreckage, sees all of you laying now barely conscious,
I'm leaning on our cart.
dressed in kind of bright red, a fairly large hat, think Carmen Sandiego style.
Cool.
Oh fuck!
New NPC.
She got me pissed at
Hey.
us.
Is that really?
Sorry.
Someone new to Buck.
Surveys everything, looks down at all of you, sees you leaning up against the wagon, not doing anything or interacting in any way, and just, what is this? What have you done? What have you done? It's gone. It's all gone.
What's all gone? The death trap there?
And that's what we're gonna pick up next
Oh!
week. With the sound of werewolves howling,
Werewolves?
rapidly closing in,
Oh shit, I'm in. This sounds great.
and a new NPC having just made themselves visible to you.
My booby trap is missing.
I
My poor
was gonna-
booby trap.
And 3 of the party at 5
My
HP.
caravan full of bombs is missing. With the wick trigger is missing.
What happened to it? Stolen. Somebody did.
All right.
Damn.
Well,
So into it. Love it.
go ahead and wipe out all of that.
Bye.
Oh,
That would have
what?
been so useful, I'm assuming.
So,
Clearly, like, help.
An
Carmen
interesting
San
session.
blew up Carmen Sandiego's
an interesting session to say the least. But I'm very curious to see where all this continues next week.
God damn it.
Joy
Yeah,
deletes
so are
a
we,
paragraph of
strangely enough.
story.
I literally, no, not of story. I deleted half a page of loot. So, thank you for being here, guys. It was an awesome session this week.
God damn it.
Just gonna give a quick shout out to some people who joined during the stream. Can't Fold This. Thanks for following us. You commented in the chat as well. You laughed at us.
Yeah.
Appropriately
then,
so, apparently.
And then Halltop98, thank you so much for joining in as well. This was a good one, guys.
You seem very ecstatic.
You know what? I don't like depriving my characters of loot. I don't like when stuff like that happens. I mean, it's there for a reason. It's there to remind you.
Keep out.
There are consequences to actions. So, thanks everybody for joining us this week. We're gonna play our outro and enjoy your evening.
I'm gonna go try and
See you next
reattach
week.
Les's arm.